Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode 2 of the Titan City Chronicles, The Russian Connection. My name is Alexander Thomas, and as always, I will be your humble game master. The Untold Stories Project wants to say thank you for making this week such an amazing success. We hit 50 followers by the end of our first stream, and last week's episode has over 260 views on YouTube, which is amazing. So thank you so much to everyone who made that a reality. I can't wait to see what our community here can accomplish next. I'd like to especially thank Steve, Crystal, and Troy over at Mutants and Masterminds Monday for letting me share our Twitch link in the chat over there yesterday. If you haven't had the chance to tune in to M&M Monday, I can't recommend it highly enough. It's just an hour-long chat with two amazing game developers talking about the world's greatest superhero RPG, and it's a lot of fun. I'd also like to thank Jeff and Dustin at Tabletop to Keyboard for letting Rowan and I come onto their show Wisdom Check last night to talk about the exciting stuff coming down the pipeline from the Untold Stories Project. We had a really great chat about a lot of general gaming stuff as well, and I'll make sure to share the link to that interview when it goes live on YouTube. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Tonight's game takes place within the Titan City universe. Titan City, for those who don't know, is the setting of my novel series. The first book in that series, The Magician's Sin, is available anywhere books are sold, and thanks to my publisher, Kyanite Publishing, we will be giving away a free ebook copy tonight to one lucky winner. So stick around until the break for your chance to win. Titan City is a film noir meets urban fantasy meets golden age superhero setting where costume crime fighters are just as likely to tangle with colorful supervillains as they are monsters from folklore and mythology. We will be playing Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition, the world's greatest superhero role-playing game developed by the folks over at Reconvening Publishing. For anyone looking to play their own superhero games, now is the best time to sign up and support a great cause. From now until July 6th, the Mutants and Masterminds Basic Heroes Handbook is on sale for $20 in print and $15 in PDF. $10 of each sale will then go to Black Lives Matter, Seattle King County. Superheroes fight for justice and stand against oppression wherever it's found. I hope you will join us and Green Ronin in making the world a better place for everyone. Black Lives Matter to this group, and we don't want to live in a world without liberty and justice for all. We've got a wonderful group of heroes assembled here today. Say hi, heroes.
Hi, heroes.
Oh.
It's a running gag now.
I thought I got to do the dad jokes. All right.
Debated.
If you'd like to learn more about them, please visit our social media for a brief bio on each of them. Needless to say, they are all amazing, even as they're throwing wrenches into my best laid plans. One last quick disclaimer before we get started. This game takes place in a fictionalized America circa 1922. While Titan City is more enlightened as a whole compared to prevailing social norms of the time period, the heroes are liable to encounter villains or closed-minded people who hold prejudice or bigotry in their hearts, especially towards women and minorities. We find the discriminatory beliefs and behaviors of some characters in this setting abhorrent, but believe to not include this very real and shameful part of our past would have been offensive to the millions who faced and still face bigotry, discrimination, prejudice, and racism in all of its forms. The show is rated PG-13, so we will not be using any overly explicit language or anything of that nature, but our heroes may get to punch a couple of Nazis and sexists as the story goes on. So, all that aside, let's go ahead and dive right in. Last week, our heroes were tapped by the enigmatic Mr. Powers to track down 3 missing monsters from the Titan City Monster Collective. They also met Florian Boudon, the aloof vampire king of Titan City, who provided Karawasi with a few drops of his blood to aid in the investigation. After a quick stop at Jupiter Enterprises to begin development on a quote-unquote vampire radar, the heroes arrived at the Department of Monsters Affairs branch office in the Olympus district. There they encountered the vampire renegade Eleanor Dubois and a few of her thin blood minions. They had a grand battle in the alley outside the office and then had a chance to do some crime scene investigation. They found a broken Xiphos, a type of sword that Minerva has seen used by Amazons in the past, a mysterious white powder whose origins the group has some suspicions of, and a discarded ID bracelet belonging to someone with the initials SW along with an address. Finally, the group met a D.M.A liaison, an agent named Lyle Owens, who offered the group an invitation to an event being held by the Children of Adam in the next couple of days. He told them if they hate vampires, they don't want to miss it. We rejoin our heroes in that same alley right around 2 o'clock in the morning as they begin to plan their next move. What are you guys all up to?
So Minerva is kind of looking over all of the items that we've collected. I think we need to make a trip to the Amazons. That sword belongs to them, and if one of their own is missing in all of this, they're going to want to get to the bottom of it as well.
Good plan as I've heard tonight. Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah, the more help we can get.
I think we want to make sure that we get to the lass's house before that cop does.
Yeah, but we've got a few hours before that happens, don't we? Isn't it around noon?
Yeah, I thought that was his plan to go there around noon.
So if we
We
show
even
up
catch
around
some shut-eye before we have to.
sleep,
Yeah.
Oh, you never pulled an all-nighter before.
Well, yeah. But only when you have to.
he probably hasn't pulled an all-nighter while dealing with monsters, Liam.
I forget. Some of us are young and innocent.
Can we get in the car,
Sure.
move
Let's
this
do
man
that.
along?
I'm not gonna get in the car. I'll go ahead and just follow you guys.
Man, some people got no style. All right.
Cool.
Well, of course.
So the champion coupe goes rolling on down the street. You guys pass out of the lights and glamour of the Olympus district and move into the Parkhurst district. This is the oldest part of the city, and much of it has been preserved as a historical site. The tall skyscrapers give way to squat brick buildings, and the neat grid gives way to winding streets and haphazardly placed homes. Following Minerva's directions, you guys come upon a block that is home to a compound of similar-looking buildings, each bearing white columns and steepled roofs. A low wall runs along the perimeter, and there is a gatehouse protecting an iron fence with the words Blackburn House shaped into its frame. A portly man with ruddy cheeks and a bulbous nose sits in the small building attached to the gate. Thin wisps of blonde hair scarcely cover his head, and he appears to be writing on a legal pad while jazz music croons out of his radio.
I assume Minerva is sitting in the front seat.
That would be probably the best bet, yes.
I'm gonna lean forward and kind of put my shoulder over the back of the seat, and are they gonna let us in?
They might let you in, at least into the compound. They might not let you into the house.
Fair enough.
Do you
All right.
roll
So we
down
just
that
approach the
window?
gate then?
Do you roll down that window, champion?
Sure. I dream of the day when there's power windows.
So yeah, you roll up. There is that man sitting at the gatehouse. He kind of looks in. He says, "What's your business at the Blackburn house tonight?"
Minerva's going to poke her head around champion and say, I need to talk to the sisters.
Minerva Wagner, is that you?
It is. Mr. Powers sends his regards.
Why, it's the middle of the night. What are you doing out at a time like this? And with mixed company.
Well, I'm sure you've heard a few of the monsters in the city have gone missing.
Dreadful business, that.
Yeah. Well, I have reason to believe one of the sisters is missing as well.
Oh, that would be the first I've heard of it. Please park your thing
Go.
on the side of the sidewalk.
I'll pat the door. What do you? This is a fine piece of machinery, sir. Someday everyone's going to want one of these. I can see it.
Trust me, we'll see more fine pieces inside. Just park the car.
It's not that it's not attractive, young man. It's the work of Philistines. I mean, it's going to fall apart here in, 10 years, 15 years?
This was made in America. I don't know who these Philistines are, but this is quality craftsmanship, sir.
It's built with planned obsolescence in mind, so you have to buy another one.
Hmm.
You say that like it's a problem. All right. Well, we're going to park then.
So you park.
Old people, I tell you.
You guys, when you guys come around to the gate, he has opened the gate up and he's standing out with you guys. You notice he is he's sort of a portly man, and he's got a brace from his knee down to his leg that he's sort of limping around on. And he kind of looks at all of you and sort of sizes you all up. Karawasi, when he settles his gaze on you, he kind of looks down at your gauntlet. He says, "Now that's a fine piece of equipment."
Top of the line.
So
it's a love fest then. Great.
he comes up to you and he pulls out these little glasses that he puts on and he says, "Do you mind if I take a look at that, son?"
I mind a little bit. What's your name again, sir?
Hef. They call me Hef.
F. How did you come to be in the fine service of these women?
Oh, I'm here with my mother. She is the mother superior of the Blackburn house.
I will let the Sun Superior inspect the gauntlet then.
And he kind of takes your hand and he rotates it around. He's looking at it. He's like, "This is excellent craftsmanship. Did you build this yourself?"
I had a little bit of input, but it's mostly bankrolled from work.
Mm. Hey, there's no shame in having somebody else pay for it.
Hey, preach.
I wish there were more craftsmen like yourself in the world. I've been known to do some work. I'd love to pick your brain if you have any time in the near future.
Hey, I have more than time. I'm going to go hand him another Jupiter Corporation card.
Huh. I didn't think they were making anything that ornate over there.
Custom ordered out of my pocket.
Well, I will be reaching out to you soon. He kind of sort of dodders over and he says, "Right this way, come."
You think Mother Superior is gonna let all of us in?
Oh, she'll be fine with it. We just won't take you over to where she's staying. It's very late for her. She's asleep.
No, I don't want you getting in trouble on my account.
Oh, she's my mother. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I know mothers. Not everything is fine when they say that it's fine.
Yes, I need to learn how to speak Amazon. Amazon. And he sort of leads you guys on in. You come to this sprawling campus that lies just beyond the gate. The architecture here is sort of a strange blend of industrial age brick with Greco-Roman flair, except for a large chapel made exclusively of white marble at the far end of the grounds. Street lamps line the paved walkways that crisscross the yard, and there's a fountain capped with a statue of the goddess Venus that bubbles in a pond at the center of the yard. Hef leads you guys over to the largest building, which is a boarding house of some description. It has 2 stories and 2 imposing rows of darkened windows, and he takes you into the main foyer of this manor, where you see a grand staircase leading up and a painting of a severe-looking woman in a purple dress standing watch over all of you. You sort of feel her imperious gaze following you as you walk through the room. And Hef pulls you guys off into a side room, which appears to be a cigar room of some kind. There's 2 plush red chairs sitting before a grand fireplace, along with several animal skin rugs and Grecian busts. He says, "Wait here a moment, and I will return with the warden. She'll have the information you seek."
Thanks, Hef.
"Anything for you, Minerva. Keep your sticky friend here from grabbing anything." He kind of points at Liam.
Give Liam a look. I wouldn't touch anything.
I wasn't gonna.
Trust me,
Even
Liam,
if it
you'll
all-
lose more than you'll gain.
Even if it all looks really touchable.
So what are you guys doing while you have a few minutes here to sort of be in the Amazon house?
I'll sort of wander over to Liam and go, "Wow, looks like it's a 50-50 split here." The 2 old men had fun harumphing at each other, and Minerva's all cozy with Hef, but we're on the outs. What's up with that?
Look, I'm just here to do a job, and I try to stay on not the pointy end of the Amazons, which mostly involves not talking to the Amazons.
Oh, so now you tell me this is a bad idea. Great.
I mean, it's all a bad idea. You're here. You got involved with powers. That was a bad idea, and I just figured you're the type to keep going. I don't know. You look
Yeah.
like one of those hero types. You look like you make bad ideas every day.
Well, now that you say it that way, I guess I do kind of roll that way.
I
All right,
mean, Liam was prepared to like give this life lecture, and you just, oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Oh, he just sort of goes
Deflates.
for whatever way the wind blows.
Can I do a history check on that painting?
Sure.
Oh, it's lagging a little bit. Oh, baby, a 14.
Yeah, so with the 14 on your history check, you're looking at the painting of the woman in the foyer. You don't know a whole lot about her, but you do know that she is the Mother Superior of the Blackburn House. She sort of founded it a little over a decade ago as a place for women to come get resources in the city if they have trouble. Um, and then you, being tied to the magical nature of the world, know that it's also the local chapter house for the Amazons, where they provide those social services to women, and they also recruit new candidates for their warrior order.
And if I do an expertise magic, can I tell if it's just a good painting or if those eyes are really following us?
Give me an expertise magic check.
26 magic.
Yeah.
That painting is definitely magical in nature. It is possible that she is watching you guys.
I'm going to say, what a majestic woman and what a majestic painting.
Well, flattery will get you everywhere.
Then I will sit down on the second nicest chair I can find.
Awesome.
I'm going to be looking around at some of the books in the room, just kind of running my fingers over the covers and reminiscing.
What are you reminiscing about?
The first time I came to the Amazon house. The plight that I am afflicted with, and seeing what they could do to help me, and meeting the warden for the first time, meeting Mother Superior for the first time. Oh boy, that was a thing.
Well, Minerva, as you're sort of wandering down this memory lane, you do hear a voice say, "Minerva, is everything okay?" And you recognize it as the voice of Melora, the warden of the Amazons. The feminine voice addressing you guys has a soft Scottish accent. And turning to the doorway, you see a concerned young woman with a plush bathrobe wrapped around her slight frame. Her bright red hair comes down in a simple braid, and the freckles on her fair skin give her a youthful appearance. But there is an air of durability about her. She says, "It's almost 3 a.m. What's going on?"
Oh, Melora, it's good to see you. Minerva will walk over and greet her, and hold out the Xiphos handle. Or no, just the blade, right? We didn't find
the blade. Yep.
Yes. We found this tonight. We were investigating some of the monster disappearances in the city, and I know this is one of the blades your sisters use. I think they either were attacked by vampires, as we were, or something else befell one of your sisters. We're hoping maybe you could tell us who this was, maybe what they were doing out in the city tonight.
Yeah, I can. Let me. You mind if I take a look? And she kind of.
By all means, it belongs to your order. So.
And she walks over to the fireplace, holding this broken blade, and she sort of rotates it in the firelight, and you can see that dazzling star effect that you saw on the blade in the alley is amplified by the fire in here. It's almost like somebody plucked a piece of the night sky and forged it into a blade. And she says, "Well, this kind of sword wouldn't be carried by an ordinary Amazon. These kind of blades, the steel in these blades, that's only ever carried by Amazonian wardens like me. I'm the warden of the Titan City chapter house, but most major cities throughout the world have their own wardens. That being said, we aren't expecting a visit from any wardens here at the Blackburn house." So,
a moment while I try to fix the blinds for everyone.
Do any of you know where you found this? In an alley, you said?
Yes.
Right outside the Department of Monster Affairs building.
Oh, that is curious. None of our sisters are registered with the D.M.A. We maintain our own records and we coexist on our own terms. But I don't know whose sword this would be. Mine's not missing.
But it would be a warden from another city, so some other chapter has come to Titan City but not let you know.
That would be strange. I could do some looking into it.
Please, obviously, in the morning, or later in the morning, as it were.
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, without doing a head count, all of my Amazons are also accounted for. So I will, in the morning, I'll take a look and I'll see if I can get any more information for you. But
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. You know how to get in touch with me. And I can share it with my companions.
yeah, do you mind if I let Hef take a look at the sword? He may have had something to do with its creation. He might know who exactly it belongs to.
By all means, if Hef has any insight, that would be wonderful.
Perfect. Is there anything else that you guys need?
Have you heard anything about the monsters missing? One of them was a minotaur.
Yeah, he owned a butcher shop in town. As far as I know, it wasn't anything related to us, so we haven't really been keeping an eye on it. It's a shame what happened to that Serena girl, though.
And Nerva kind of lowers her gaze a little bit. I'm hoping we can find her. Eleanor Dubois, the vampire renegade, she attacked us tonight when we went to investigate. And she may have her, she may not. Might just be leaning into that a little bit to get a jab in, as it were.
Makes sense. Eleanor's trouble. You know, I don't know. I don't see her getting involved with a missing minotaur or anything like that. But missing vampires, she's usually the one responsible for that. She wants people to fall in with her idea of vampires ruling over the world. Especially a higher vampire like Serena. It might not be a bad idea to chase that lead down.
Well, she got away. We did manage to take out a couple of her followers, but
good riddance to bad eggs.
The night has been taxing.
Yeah, you look like hell.
Yeah, well, I lost control, so.
Sometimes it's a good thing to lose control.
Maybe.
It doesn't change who you are.
Thanks, but I try really hard to keep a hold of myself. But Melora, thank you. I appreciate the help. You know where to find me. Get a message to me, and I'll make sure the rest of them get it.
Perfect. Well, gentlemen, thank you for coming to visit the Blackburn house.
Just give her a little jaunty salute.
He's kind of cute in a Boy Scout kind of way, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I know a little bit about his history.
Hey, whoa.
Well, you all have a good night now. I'm going back to sleep.
A complaint definitely died on Liam's lips as he thought better of it.
go ahead and just bow respectfully.
And Hef comes to collect you guys and leads you guys out of the house as she heads off to bed.
Can I talk to Hef before we wrap up?
Yeah. He sort of leads you guys back out to the car. He's like, that went better than I thought it was going to go.
Oh, that's goes for you and me both. I don't have the proper authority between my legs to speak in that house. But I wanted to get more of your opinion on that blade.
Well, without examining it, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but what in particular were you asking?
You had, she had mentioned that you might have had hand in creating it, no?
Yeah, I make all of the Amazon swords.
Is there anything particular special besides the material for the Warden's blade?
Hef.
Usually I leave a maker's mark on the pommel for whichever warden it's for. I don't have a pommel on this sword, so it's going to take a little more digging.
And what do you think could have broken the blade so easily?
That's another concern. Nothing I know of can break these swords. Have to be some very powerful magic, maybe some kind of creature I don't know about.
Well, I appreciate your insight, Hef, and when you call that number, just ask for Ferguson. He'll give you the full ride.
I will give him a call.
Now I'll just shake his hand goodbye.
Very nice to meet you. What was your name?
It's you can just call me Volt for now.
Volt. Good. Well, you all have a good night. Be careful with that death trap.
Death trap.
I think he means the car.
I know what he means.
I think he means the driver.
Wow.
I mean, that's what I thought.
Oh, there we were in a room for so long where you're all being respectful. I almost forgot who you were. All right, get in the car.
Oh,
Boom, fire it up.
So we're meeting at Serena's before the D.M.A gets there?
yeah.
Okay.
Before we transition, Minerva will turn to both Liam and Champion. Apologies if you wanted to say something to Melora. I just felt it easier that she speak to a woman rather than a couple of men. The Amazons are a bit particular about, well,
She liked me. What are you talking about?
well,
Yeah, like a dog in a purse.
never
Oh.
100% sure how Melora is going to react. So I thought it best to play it my way. But if we're going to
We
get
did.
well, if we're
Worked,
gonna
right?
but if we're gonna get through this, we're gonna have to do it together. So I don't want to steal anyone's ideas or thunder if they feel they have something to contribute.
So what you're saying is don't be shy.
Maybe a little shy.
Oh, I'm getting so many mixed signals here.
You're talking to a woman.
Wait a second.
I guess you can say that.
Last time I talked to an Amazon, I ended up with a black eye for about a month and a half. So
So am I the only one that was here for the first time tonight? The rest of y'all hang out with these Amazons all the time, or what?
They do come to the Club Tartarus not all that regularly, but on occasion, especially Melora since she became warden.
I was told to recruit one once, and
Oh no.
but,
Oh no.
yeah, I wasn't recruiting for a fair bit after that.
I'm surprised they left you without a couple extra holes.
That's why I
Looking
got
for that
these.
smoke monster.
Shake my cigar case.
So is there someplace I can drop you off? And where are we meeting tomorrow, later today, however you want to slice that?
Got the address for Serena's place, both from the bracelet and from that D.M.A agent. If you drop me back off at Club Tartarus, I would appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah, I can find my own way from there as well.
Okay. So I'll wheel back over to Club Tartarus.
Cool. You guys wheel on back to Club Tartarus. Everybody sort of goes their separate ways. Karawasi, you head back to Jupiter Enterprises with those chemical samples of the white powder that you guys found in the alleyway. And you see, for the second time tonight, Ferguson is just finishing locking up everything when you come rolling up.
Hey, Ferguson.
Is that your real superpower? You just know when I'm trying to close up shop and go home?
We have cameras in here.
I didn't know cameras did that nowadays.
I know you're locking up. I know you're always locking up, to be honest. But I'm gonna take out a little sample of the powder. Does this look familiar to you?
It looks similar. Something that you brought me in here.
Brought you in here.
Come on, let's go take a look at it.
I'm thinking it's the same stuff I pulled from that boat. Well, yeah, from the boat, the whole boat.
Oh yeah, you brought the whole boat down here and just dropped it off at my desk.
Hey, the job needed to get done.
Fine. And he pulls the key ring that he just put in his pocket back out, unlocks the door, and he pushes the way in for you guys. He says, "All right, let's take a look at it." And he takes you into the chemical testing section of the lab. That's the scientific term for that area in the laboratory.
Yeah, this place still smells as bad as ever.
You were here literally like 2 hours ago.
And it still smells.
Whatever, fine. Put the stuff in the thing.
We'll go ahead and just tap it in.
Give me a technology check, Karawasi.
Ooh. Big old 27 tech.
Big old 27 tech. Yeah. So tell me what this chemical breakdown process looks like.
It kind of goes into this nice big round container, and I put my hand on like where a handprint would be, and I power off my gauntlet, and electricity just shoots through it like those plasma balls, and then it makes a really annoying fax noise, and we get a piece of paper.
So looking at the piece of paper, Ferguson is like, I feel like we don't even do real science down here anymore.
Science, magic, same difference now.
And he's kind of looking at it, and he says, "Huh, that's the same powder you brought me that the Russians were using on the monsters, that mind control powder or whatever they were calling it."
Now, I know we only had gotten that recently, but has anybody had a time to try it out?
No, we haven't. At least not to my knowledge. I mean, they've been doing stuff with that down in sub-level 6, so it's, that's beyond my clearance.
We don't have like an office pet or a cat, anything like that.
I would say for a hero point, you can have an office cat.
I want an office monster cat, if that's okay.
You want a goose from Captain Marvel?
I want something to be threatening enough to be considered a monster, but docile to be a pet.
You have a frop.
Oh my god, look at my boy. Come here, buddy. So it's like misshapen, oversized frog with tiny wings is just struggling to live life and hops towards me as I'm clapping for him. Come here, bud. Come here. Okay. Here, Ferguson, hold this.
Jupe, we're proud of you.
So I'm gonna like heft him up on my shoulders. I'm just gonna just like this. Just gonna. Okay, just put the powder in there.
Ferguson's like, I hate this thing. Why do we have this thing in our office?
It helps with morale, and I'm gonna shake him up.
Who's morale?
You don't think this is kind of funny? I'm gonna shake him up, and then I'm just gonna crack him over my knee like a glow stick.
Frop.
Okay,
is the noise
Ferguson,
he
tell him
makes.
to do something.
Frop, go over there. And you see Frop is sort of vibrating a little bit, and his eyes go real wide, his pupils dilate, and he begins slowly hopping his way over where Ferguson told him to.
Okay, Frop, do a flip.
Frop leans back on his little, like, atrophied legs and falls on his back.
That sounds right. He's trying. You know, Ferguson, I hate to do this for you, but I'm gonna go walk over to the corner of the lab and pick up like the carry home kennel. I need you to take your Frappo home with you and just, keep track on how long this lasts, if he has any side effects, diarrhea,
You're worried about the magic frog demon having diarrhea, and you want me to take it home?
I mean, you don't want to run this twice. You don't have to keep him in your room. Just keep tabs on him. That way we have some data on how this powder works.
Okay. I guess since you're my boss or whatever.
Okay.
Ferguson picks up the pet carrier and he goes to start walking out of the lab. As you guys are sort of cleaning up, you do hear the elevator at the far end of the lab ding and open, revealing a squad of Jupiter Enterprises security guards and 2 men in white lab coats. The leader of the guards is a malicious-looking young man with a long, jagged scar along his cheek. His brown hair is buzzed short, and he walks with an arrogant gait. Says, Mr. Ferguson, thank you for the work you have performed thus far on Project Rebirth, but Mr. Moon has decided it is time for this project to move to another department. We will be seizing your notes and prototypes.
Wait. Since when have we closed down Project Rebirth?
We haven't closed down Project Rebirth. It's being transferred to another department.
And that department would be?
It's above your clearance.
I mean, you came down to my lab, so.
Look, Squanto, don't make this hard on me, okay? If you have reservations, you could take them up with the boss upstairs.
You know what? I might just take that up. Where's your key card, Boy Scout?
My key card is with me. You can talk to the boss on your own time.
It is my time. Come on, I need a date. And I walk over to the elevator.
And the guy, he sort of looks at the other ones. He's like, keep packing everything up. I'll go up here with our friend. And you both get in the elevator and you start rising on up. You get to the very top penthouse of the Jupiter Enterprises building, and you come into this wide, expansive office, this penthouse office. Everything's made of sort of this rich mahogany wood, and there's a lot of exposed brick accent walls. And there's a very long blackboard that has a great number of equations written all across it. At the far end, you can see Mr. Marcus Moon, your boss. He's got his jacket off. He's just sort of got a loose tie, and he's doing some math in a journal on his desk. He looks up at you, and he's got these sort of sunken blue eyes. He says, "Oh, Mr. Hunt, I told you I was not to be disturbed this evening."
I'm going to look at Mr. Hunt like, you didn't listen.
Apologies, Karawasi. They were informed to transfer to transfer the research that Mr. Ferguson was doing for me down to sublevel 6.
Oh, I must apologize myself. He told me to come see you personally, so I know you often get in your moods when you're working.
He told you to come see me personally.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, you told me, boss, if he resisted to tell him that it was your orders. Mr. Hunt, I do not send incompetent underlings to handle my business. Karawasi, we are moving that project down to sublevel 6. Will you excuse us while I have a conversation with Mr. Hunt?
Yes, of course. I'll go ahead and pour myself some scotch at the wine bar, or the liquor bar.
I meant a private conversation, Mr. Karawasi.
I'll take my drink to go.
And Mr. Hunt sort of looks at you, Karawasi. He shoots this evil dagger look towards you, but you also sense a great deal of fear from him.
I mean, if he has any reservations, he knows where my office is. And I push the elevator button down.
And you head down back to your sublevel just in time to see them packing up the last of this project that Mr. Ferguson was working on. You see the project he was working on that they're seizing was that that sort of neck brace that he was working on when you first came in here with the vampire blood.
Did they happen to take that side project as well with everything else?
They did not. They're just taking the neck brace.
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
So Ferguson takes Frop home with him. Karawasi, where do you spend the evening?
I'm just gonna go over to my very nice, lonely office, go over this nice painting, and just pull out that mattress from the wall.
Awesome. He just takes us home with his work. So, Champion, where do you head off to spend the evening?
After I drop them at Club Tartarus, I will park the coupe in the garage and head up to my penthouse headquarters for a night's rest.
Cool. What does the area look like, your penthouse headquarters?
It's, I don't know, it kind of looks almost like it, if you kind of cut the top of the skyscraper off, it would look like sort of this Art Deco glass monstrosity. It's got like high vaulted rooms with big windows and things. There's several balconies because I haven't incorporated a little hangar deck for my other vehicle yet, so it's just, hidden on one of the little side patios.
Awesome. And you come in, you start tending to your big old neck wound.
Yeah. That's bad. I better start spending some points for medical staff.
Liam, where do you return home?
Back to his sister's house, where he currently lives, because family's important. And as I get to the door, I'm just gonna try to like creep up the steps to their apartment and just like quietly as possible, like get the key in the door and open the door and just sneak in and just fall asleep on the couch.
Yeah, you sneak into the living room, and as you enter the living room, the lamp comes on. And you see your sister sitting there in a bathrobe looking at you. Do you have any idea what time it is, Liam?
Late.
It's 4 o'clock in the bloody morning, mate. Where have you been?
Well, working.
Working? What have you been working with? What's Mr. Kelly got you doing now?
Less Kelly and more another guy. Mr. Powers, I'm sure I told you about him. He's the guy that almost killed me that one time.
He's the crazy guy who owns that night bar, right? Like, what are you doing working for some kind of crazy magic guy?
Well, I owe him a favor, and
You owe a favor to a crazy magic guy who owns a nightclub in the middle of nowhere.
well, that's the point, is to not owe him a favor anymore.
Are you
And
in trouble? Do you need money?
do you have money? I thought I was the one with the money here.
Look, I've got a little bit squirreled away. You know, I've got a job, a real job. I don't work for the bloody crime syndicate.
Look, it's a real job. I just it's just different, you know. I don't, you know, unlike your husband, I have to it's just different kinds of physical labor. He packs fish or whatever he does, and I
He
punch.
provides a good life for your niece and nephew. That's what he does. And he doesn't ever get shot at. He never comes home at 4 o'clock in the bloody morning making me worry me heart and garters off. Just go to bed. Go to bed. I don't want to see you right now.
You go to your room. You go to your room and you stay there.
I so want my character to know about this scene, but I don't.
And yeah, Liam, I'll just go to bed. Fluff up my pillow on the couch and just turn over and face into the back of it, and
Yeah, she stands up and she's like, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm in your room." She goes upstairs, not willing to admit that she's mad at you. And Minerva, where do you go for the evening?
So Minerva heads into Jupiter or to Club Tartarus. Goes to put her coat and hat away and realizes that, oh yeah, they got lost in the whole episode at the in the alley, and so she'll just kind of sigh, and they'll disappear, and her high-waisted pants and her blouse will just kind of reappear on her, and she'll head down to the bar where Eric is probably finishing up with the last of the patrons for the night.
Yes, he is busy pushing a couple of hippies back through their respective portals. And you see the singer from earlier that you saw, he and his band Queen, I think they were called. They take an envelope from Eric and they also begin to shuffle out through their respective door.
So how was tonight here?
I think that band's going to be okay. It was a good time.
If you say so. I don't know. Something about it. Not what I'm used to.
It was a little loud, but I thought it was a good time.
I mean, it's catchy. Everyone was following along, it seemed.
That's the cool thing, isn't it? Like, they would say something and then we would say something. I think more music should be like that.
Different strokes for different folks.
What about you? How are you doing? You look like you got roughed up a little bit.
Eleanor and her motley crew were at the D.M.A. building.
I knew I should have come with you. I knew I shouldn't have let you go out there by yourself and get jumped by a vampire chick.
I can handle myself, Eric. Well, somewhat. I kind of lost control tonight.
Do you want to drink about it?
Yes, much for all the good that it'll do, or not, as the case may be.
Yeah, sure. Here, do you want to do it at the bar, or do you want to go back to your office?
Let's go back to my office. There's nobody else in the club tonight besides us and Mr. Powers, wherever he's gotten to. Do you know if Florian's still here?
No, he took off. He took off a little bit after you guys did.
Okay.
I don't know where he was going. Looked like he was in a hurry, though.
Well, one of your sires was missing. You'd be in a hurry to get wherever you were going into.
Yeah. I'm sorry you lost control. That's I know how that gets to you.
Yeah, I don't need to be reminded. There's enough reminders every day.
I feel like we're all losing a little more control every day.
Titan City's getting, I don't know, stranger, more violent. It's like something is descending upon the city, and there's really no way to stop it.
Yeah, I agree. It's just these D.M.A guys. I don't think they know how best to take care of the city, but nobody's willing to tell them that.
Well, if half the D.M.A guys are members of the Children of Adam, they don't care.
Wait a minute, you know one of them's a member of the Children of Adam?
She'll hand over the crumpled flyer about the clam bake. Yeah, the social worker for Serena. We ran into him tonight.
The social worker for the missing vampire is a monster-hating religious zealot.
Yeah.
And he just happened to invite you to some kind of celebration in a couple of days?
Well, he saw us dispatch a couple of Eleanor's followers, and he didn't see my whole losing control. So, three guys, one girl in an alley fighting vampires. He assumed we're all human. So, we must be Children of Adam material because we hate vampires.
I think that's an opportunity. I think you guys should go. I think you should take me with you. I want to hit a couple of races with an axe.
That's murder, Eric.
I keep forgetting that's something people are worried about nowadays. You know, the afterlife where I'm supposed to go is supposed to be just all murder all the time, and everybody's happy about it.
Is that really how that works? I thought it was just battle, not specifically murder. So a whole different type of killing. Or do I have that wrong? You just randomly walk up to someone with an axe and stick it in their head for no good reason.
Well, usually they defend themselves. I mean, look. I'm not going to get caught up on the semantics between murder and battle and filicide or whatever. But
well, please, I could debate about it for hours. Put my law degree to some use.
I just think there are some people. Killing's the best way to get them out of the way.
That might make you a monster in some people's eyes.
They already think we're monsters.
Well, some of us are.
You and I are lucky we get to pass for human if we want to.
Oh.
That's why I don't leave this place. Everything's crazy out there.
Yep. I don't have much of a choice in this matter. Mr. Powers wants me on this case. I get to speak for him. She downs.
You get to speak for the boss.
She downs her scotch. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility.
Wow, it's big of him to let you guys get away with that.
I think it might just be with the three that I'm working with, but I'm not willing to push it any further than that.
Hey, hold on to that though. You might run into a situation where speaking as him might come in handy.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to let that loose lightly.
Yeah, you might owe him something.
I don't owe him enough already.
We all do.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, I'm gonna go get some sleep. This has been an eventful night, and I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want me to come kill those races with you.
Sure, Eric. I'll let you know. I'm gonna puzzle over a few things with regards to Serena. I'm meeting up with the others around noon. We figured out where she stays during the day, so.
Nice. That's not a small lead. Vampires are really secretive about that.
Yeah, well, the D.M.A apparently isn't.
And he just sort of like goes cussing off into the bar. Cool. So you sort of pour over the case. Night passes uneventfully, and you guys all meet up.
I know you said we were doing a little more gritty in terms of the injuries, but do we recover our bruises with a night's rest, or?
You do, yes.
Good to know.
Yep, you get some of that nice, good sleep magic. Where did you guys agree to meet up? Were you meeting at Serena's house, or were you guys going to meet somewhere and go together?
I was kind of under that impression, but
Yeah, I mean, we could meet all back here at Club Tartarus again and go to Serena's from there.
I'm gonna wait for the gang outside of Serena's.
Mr. I took a travel power.
Hey, it was a bundle. It was on sale.
It was on sale.
Liam
So,
just goes whistling down the street at whatever early hour.
Whistling down the street, thoughts of your sister's angry face in your mind. So you guys all meet up and you make your way south, following the address on both the ID bracelet and the address that Agent Owens shared with you. You drop into the Bedford Park District, a place whose motto is the small town in the city. It's one of the most independent neighborhoods in Titan City and has the least urban feel. The houses all have yards, there are dozens of small stores that are unique specifically to the area, and there's a large green park in the center. You see many people out and about enjoying their Friday lunch hour, many eating at tables outside European-style cafes and sandwich shops. Serena's home on East Town Street sits in a row of similar brick houses. Each is one story and has a driveway for an automobile. Serena does have a car parked outside, a dark blue Jupiter Sapphire sedan. Her yard is immaculately well kept, with an impressive row of rose bushes forming a path to the front door. What would you like to do?
let's pull into the driveway if there's room to not block her vehicle. And
Yeah, you can pull in alongside.
Wait, so the hedges for the missing woman's house are well trimmed?
Mm-hmm. The missing vampire.
you can't have a gardener?
Yeah. Quick look at Champion. Are you wearing your
Yeah.
suit?
Well, of course.
That's right, champion. Honk your horn. It plays your theme, right?
Got it. I can't hear you over the sound of your travel power. I keep the windows rolled up.
roll up.
It's like maybe Champion should just stay in the car.
Whoa. Let's, just in case things go a little sideways in there, I'll leave the rifle in the trunk so nobody gets too worried. It'll be fine. I mean, there's lots of weird stuff happening in this town.
Last time we needed the rifle.
I was trying to follow protocols and not making a lot of noise, but some people got typewriter happy.
I'm telling you, champ, you need a sawed-off shotty. Never done anybody wrong. Isn't that right, Liam?
No. I mean, except for the people shot by.
I wonder it would have been different if they had one themselves.
Well,
Could've
I'll
been.
look into that. I mean, right. It's always good to get advice. Sure.
My advice, bring the gun.
You really want me to bring the rifle? All right.
I'm gonna do everybody a hero point.
It's your
Subtle is
Second
not
Amendment
how we
right,
roll.
where this is an open carry city. Come on.
We're in America. This is an open carry country.
Liam holds. I hold up my Tommy gun. And I'm like, nobody's ever bothered me for having this.
Can I do?
Oh, see, I didn't realize you were toting the Tommy gun. Alex, just a quick question. Are we also going with the standard hero point per session? So does that bring us to 2, or is that just
That brings you
whatever?
guys to 2.
Okay.
I got 1.
Except Brian, who spent 1.
Okay.
Can I do a perception check for the safety?
For the safety on the gun?
Yeah, that's what
On
I
the
was
rifle.
thinking.
Yeah, you can make a perception check to see if the safety's on.
I got a 16.
Champion, is the safety on?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not a
safety is
complete
on.
lunatic.
Do I get the
Just
safety
dress
off,
like one.
chat? Do I turn it off?
Just a little.
That's not gonna help us. I'm just gonna knock on the door.
You knock on the door and nobody answers.
How neat.
I don't think she's been hiding out in her house all 6 weeks.
And I don't think she's going to answer at the middle of the day either.
Well,
Liam,
isn't our friend from the D.M.A going to come and break the door down for us so we don't have to break the law?
Who's going
Isn't
to
he
check
supposed to
in
be
on
here?
her?
I mean,
Shortly, yes. We were getting here early so that we could
Mm.
look for clues.
Okay.
I mean, whoever said anything about breaking down the door, can I? Do I have any tools to like lockpick the door on me?
I'll see, yeah.
Okay.
you might have a skeleton key on the bottom of your foot.
Hey.
Give me a sleight of hand check, Liam, to pick the lock.
That is a 17.
That is enough to pick the lock. So you sort of finagle it and start messing with it a little bit. It pops open, and you're able to push the door open if you want to.
Turn to champion. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
And I'll push the door open.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll stride in.
Making your way into the house, you find it to be as orderly as the garden suggested. Everything is in its place, but there are very few knickknacks or decorations to speak of. There's a radio in the corner of the living room that is the only extra piece of furniture in this space. She does have an icebox in the kitchen, and there is a cat dish next to the back door, which has a full serving of cat food in the bowl. There's one bedroom and one bathroom as well.
Is there an upstairs or is it a single story?
Single story.
I'm gonna head around to the back if I can.
Yeah, so the kitchen has a back door that you can head out into the backyard if you want, or you can go around the front and go around back. Either way.
I'll go around. I'll go around the back.
Cool.
I'll go ahead and see what comes around.
When you make that noise, sure enough, a cat comes out. An orange and white house cat comes out of the bedroom and looks up at you and sits and kind of cocks its head at you. The tag on its collar reads Orpheus.
Liam, do you have a potato sack?
Oh,
Wow.
I mean, I usually leave those at home.
Let's see if you can get the cat. It's important to somebody.
And
Well,
somebody's been feeding him.
You're gonna steal a vampire's cat? Is that the plan? And you're
Oh.
talking about me?
welcome to Mutants and Masterminds, everybody.
I mean, people presumably love their pets, so they'll come looking.
I turn around to champion. I don't think the vampire's here, boyo.
Okay, but it's still the okay, right. If the vampires, at the, blood-sucking convention or wherever vampires go, like it's still her house. We could assume it's her cat.
Well,
I don't know why everybody's worried about me upsetting apple carts. You guys are like just full on throwing shade here. Like you're gonna steal the vampire's cat?
You know,
Really?
I'm opposed to physical movement in general, so I'm just gonna move object the cat. Bring him.
so you send out this arc of electricity that grabs the cat and lifts it up. Poor Orpheus's fur goes just frizzy instantly. And he's sort of floating there. Meow, meow, meow.
Can I investigate the collar?
Yeah, sure. It's a blue collar. It's got a bronze tag that says Orpheus on it. If lost, return to this address, and it's the address you're at.
Okay. I'll go ahead and put the cat in the car. I'll be right back.
Wait, what? You're putting the cat in the car?
I mean, if she's gone, who's gonna take care of the cat?
Well, she's
I
been
mean-
gone for 6 weeks. The cat still seems. So who trimmed the bushes? I mean, maybe there's like she got like this is a nice house. Maybe she has staff or something. You know?
It's a 1-story house. We would have seen the stuff.
Okay. They don't have to be live-in staff. Maybe a cleaning service comes once a week.
Yeah, that's
I-
not staff. Those are people who need work.
Is this how you live?
I mean, not that I'm, what
Champion
Well,
has staff and his car looks
um,
like this. What are we talking about?
yeah, he's a little like, oh crap. That was more than I wanted to say. I just never mind. Carry on with the cat napping then. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna slam the trunk and put the cat in the car.
So Orpheus the cat is in the trunk of the coupe. Okay,
Oh boy.
I'm gonna put that in my mental notes.
It's like an open hatchback car, right? Like in that 70s show, or is it like a trunk?
It's a trunk.
It's a trunk. It might actually be a physical suitcase just bolted to the back of the car. It's the 1920s.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and just blast a little air hole in there, and then I'll put the cat.
Ah,
Wow.
Well,
Becomes more of a death trap every day.
hey, just because he's damaging the car doesn't make it a death trap.
You don't know, I'm outside.
Oh, I have
So-
ears for my car getting blasted.
the cat's in there with the rifle. Don't open the trunk.
No, I got the rifle on me.
Oh, that's right.
I think you took it out, huh?
I know, right? Oh, the cat and the rifle. It's not good.
So Minerva, you go around back. Will you please give me a investigation check? An investigation check.
Sure will. Investigation. Let's see what we get with a little bit of roll 20 lag. We rolled a 16 on the die for a 26 total.
Awesome. So with a 26 total. Sorry, I just saw Aaron's comment in chat. With a 26 total, you're looking around the back of the house. And you do find that the plants in the backyard have been disturbed recently. It looks like there was once a pretty decent. They walked up to the bedroom window and you can see that from the outside, the lock on that bedroom window is broken. Looks like it was sliced with a knife.
Okay. Slice with a knife. So,
So somebody could slice that and then pull the window open and step in.
right. Okay. And the window's low enough for them to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this looks recent, like overnight-ish,
Maybe not overnight, but within the last week or so.
within the last week or so. Okay. I'll walk back around to the front and head in. Well, first I'll check the time to see if the D.M.A. agent should be arriving.
What time did you guys want to arrive here? You know he's coming at noon.
I think we wanted to be here about a half hour beforehand.
Cool. So it's about 11:45 at this point.
Okay. So I will. I'll knock on the door and let myself in just to, keep up appearances, and I'll look at the rest of the gentlemen in the house. Our D.M.A. agent should be here shortly. I don't think we want to be in here when he is, but I did notice out back the window to the bedroom was cut open. Yeah, so they cut it so they could get to the lock and just pry the windows straight up. They'd be able to step right in. This happened at least within the last week. So somebody's been here recently. I don't know what they would have been after, but it's something potentially in her bedroom, if there's anything to be found.
Well,
So-
somebody's been here in the past day or so. I mean, the cat's food is full.
Well, where is Orpheus?
Just
Why
follow
did you
the smell of the
sigh?
burning Trunk.
What?
Just follow the smell of the burning trunk. It'll lead you right to the cat.
Burning trunk? What are you talking about?
Never mind. Let's finish our investigation before Mr. D.M.A. gets here. The cat's under wraps.
I mean, do you
Oh.
know anybody that would be taking care of the cat in her absence?
Did we check the bedroom at all, or we just saw the entrance?
Minerva,
to the bedroom?
you know Serena. You know that
Yeah.
Does
she have a?
She did mention that she was going to start paying somebody as part of her coexistence regimen with the D.M.A. She pays a young man named Clay Massey to mow her grass during the day and to feed her cat during the day.
Okay. Serena, there's a young man, Clay Massey, I think is his name. It's part of the D.M.A. when they integrate monsters into society, they have them get with people to do things for them that they normally couldn't do themselves. So for Serena, the yard, the garden, the hedges, the cat. So that would explain why Orpheus's bowl is full, but it doesn't explain somebody cutting the window.
Was that noticeable? Was it possible that the kid taking care of the cat would have noticed it, or?
No, I had to look pretty closely to find it myself. It's not
Well,
something
maybe we could talk to the kid then, see if he knows anything. Preferably after the D.M.A. guy has come and gone.
Right, definitely.
Have we swept the bedroom?
No, but we've got to do it quickly if we're going to.
That's okay. Well, let's get sweeping.
Okay. You guys get to sweeping. Who's investigating in the bedroom? And are you guys just investigating the bedroom, or is anybody taking a look around any of the other locations around here?
I will take the living room so that I can kind of keep an eye out to see if our friendly D.M.A. agent shows up early.
I'll help out in the bedroom.
There's also a kitchen.
There is a kitchen.
All right, I'll check the kitchen and dining room.
So you would like investigation checks from all of us, I would take it?
I sure would.
Alrighty.
Do we have enough time to take 10, or do you think that will not?
You guys could take 10. You guys have about 15 minutes before the guy gets here.
That'll give me a 14.
Taking 10 would give me a 20.
I love living on the edge. Got 21.
I'll live on the edge as well.
Did we find her diary?
28.
So I'm going to go sort of in order of the house. So I'm going to start in the kitchen. So champion with a 14, your impressive technique of investigating the kitchen is to just go through all the drawers and in the trash can.
Yes.
And in one of the drawers near the icebox, you do find a receipt from Wolfhart's Butcher Shop for several pints of pig's blood, along with a note from Vine and Wolfhart saying that he has a connection who can get her live animals if she desires. He says that connection is Yuan Shun, a Yao Guai in Chinatown who owns a pet shop, can get her rabbits, dogs, or rats without asking any questions.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pocket that.
Awesome. And in her trash can, you find a letter from Eleanor Dubois saying that it is Serena's duty as a higher vampire to fight for the sovereignty of her race over the humans. Any vampire willing to bow to the cattle should themselves be staked and made an example of, especially Florian. Eleanor goes on to say that anyone who is not with her is against her. Come to 23 Rowan Tree Way if you wish to join the revolution. Oh, and come before my patience runs out, or I will return to end you. We will know if you tell Florian about this, and we will punish more than just yourself. I'm happy to find out what Clay or Minerva tastes like.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to pocket that one too, but I might have to, I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to consider that one. Yes. Okay.
Cool. In the living room, looking around, Minerva, you're sort of picking around through the living room. You don't find anything that's too much of a clue, but you do sort of have memories of visiting with Serena here, listening to the radio as you guys just sort of chatted past the evenings by when you weren't working super hard at Club Tartarus.
I'm kind of coming over here as part of her reintegration back into society and trying to help with that.
Meanwhile, in the bedroom, Karawasi and Liam, you guys find, first off, underneath the bedroom is sort of Spartan with a few outfits hanging in the closet and a small bed, which is tightly made. You see that just under the mattress is a thin layer of dirt. And then under the box spring, you find a secret panel under her bed.
Okay.
And opening the secret panel, you find 1,000 American dollars, which is about $13,596 in today's money.
I could buy a new trunk.
You could buy a new trunk. There's a picture of a handsome young soldier, and signed on the back is the name Karl Kleiner. It's signed 1914, and he's dressed in German army attire. You find a letter next to that picture from Mr. Kleiner saying that he can't wait to return to her when the war is over. And you find a second letter that says that she is an abomination before God, and if the sun doesn't take her to hell where she belongs, he will find her. The second letter is dated January 4th, 1921. Also in this box is a letter from Serena to Clay that looks like it hasn't been finished yet. In it, she confesses that she has some sort of feelings for this young man, but doesn't know how to ask him if it's okay to feed on him. There are many eraser marks and smudges on the paper.
Now, Liam, I'm not going to pretend like you're the most upstanding man, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm not a free agent. So we didn't find any money, correct?
No.
No, we didn't. How much money didn't you find? I'm about to say half of it.
That's what I was about to say as well.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm stuffing my pocket with half the money. We really need to share this important information with the group.
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of look at Liam, make sure he's not showing any money anywhere. Am I good, Liam?
You're looking a little bulgy in the backside.
Oh, okay. I'll put it in my coat pocket to even out the. Well,
I wouldn't steal from the party, but $500 is $500.
I didn't steal from a party. I just took her money and her cat. That's it.
As I'm stuffing my pocket, she's probably dead anyways.
Probably, but we were paid to find her, not do her reception. So let's get this together and show Minerva and Champion.
Wait, what?
It is about 5 minutes till noon when you guys sort of all reconvene.
As we leave, I'm gonna put the room back together.
Oh yeah, that's
so
an
it
important
doesn't
part,
look
Liam.
like we've tossed the house.
My eyes are glazed over like emeralds.
Is that greed I'm seeing in those eyes?
No, reparations. So I'm gonna put this away.
Okay. Woof.
Oh, bury my heart, man. Cool. So you guys head outside and wait for the D.M.A agent to arrive?
Yes.
Yep. Awesome. I think we'll go ahead and take our quick little 5-minute break then while we're waiting for the D.M.A agent to roll up. Braden, how do we have the giveaway set up for the book? Because we are giving away one free ebook of The Magician's Sin.
Yeah, so we've got it set up through our CloudBot, which theoretically should go now. TM. Maybe.
Yep. I see it in
Oh,
chat.
yeah.
Hey.
So an ebook copy of The Magician's Sin raffle has started for viewers. Use ! giveaway to enter the raffle. So everybody who's watching, you are eligible to participate. Please go ahead. You'll be entered in to win a book, and if you guys win it, please feel free to share your email address with us and your preferred format. So we can do a Mobi, an EPUB, or a PDF copy of the book. I just need to send your email address over to my publisher, and they'll get you a free copy.
Handle that offline so they don't have to enter it in chat.
Right, and we'll handle it offline. So
Yeah. Send it to
Whoever
us.
wins, yeah.
Send it to us on Facebook, so yeah, we can get that to you.
I'm liking
Alright.
Jeff's odds. If everybody already has a copy, that's cool.
All right, so we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, we'll be back to continue our investigation. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're really excited to keep going as the D.M.A guy shows up to say hello. And what the heck? Why did everybody toss his house already? So thank you, everybody who entered the giveaway. Is the Streamlabs thing's going to say who won?
Yep.
Hey, Jeff won a free e-copy.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry, Juke. Didn't mean to scare you. So Jeff, yeah, please send over. You can send over on Facebook or Discord. You can Discord me your email address and your preferred format, either EPUB, Mobi, or PDF. And actually, who was the other person who entered in? Since there's only two of you guys, if you could also send me your thing, I'm sure I can get the publisher to send a free copy too. I don't think that would be the end of the world.
Whoop, whoop.
So yeah, that's the book, The Magician's Sin. It is the first novel in the Titan City Chronicles series, of which this game is supplementary material. So thank you, everybody who is enjoying the time we're spending in Titan City. Yeah, M. Fullington, if you could please send over your information, we'll make sure you get a free copy. Meanwhile, it's about noon on a Friday morning here in Bedford Park in Titan City when Agent Lyle Owens comes rolling up the street. He does have 4 coffees with him. He's holding one in his hand. He's drinking himself. And he comes up to you guys. He says, "How's it going, neighbors? It's a great day for an investigation, huh?"
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know how you guys took your coffee, so I just asked for them to put some cream and sugar in it.
Oh, thank you for thinking of us.
Hey, anytime. Thank you for helping me do my job.
So what exactly are you looking for? What should we be looking for?
Well, just any sign that maybe she had a second location she was going to, or if she was leaving the city, maybe she packed her stuff, packed some money. Any hints that maybe somebody was spying on her or they're out to get her. I don't really know where she spent most of her time when she wasn't here.
Who's to say?
Right, well, you're the officer in charge, right? You have to let us in?
Yeah. I've got a key. Nice thing about being with the D.M.A is everybody has to give you a key to their house so you can drop in unannounced.
Ah.
Seems reasonable. Minerva's trying to not voice an opinion that will likely get her flogged.
Well, it's just having these creatures try to coexist with us. It's just we have to be able to, they have to have that accountability, right? They have to know that America is watching them.
Yeah.
I
This
would
is our land. They
I
can't
would-
just come here.
I would think dropping
You're
in
right,
unannounced.
Mr. Volt, was it? This land is our land. They shouldn't just be allowed to come here.
Animals, all of them.
I'm gonna shoot Silverbolt a very dirty look.
And he'll open the door, and because you guys have already found all the clues, he does not find anything in his time tossing the house.
It just looks like nothing's been touched.
Well, a lot of those vampires are sort of persnickety like that. They like everything to be in its place.
Well, yes, but if she's been missing for so long,
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you
who's been
get?
feeding the cat?
Where is the cat?
It's probably around here somewhere. I mean, you know how cats are.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk into the back, like out of line of sight, and just kind of like elbow a window real quick. Hey, there's some
Make a-
broken glass over here. I think it might have gotten out.
Make a stealth check. I'm gonna give you a -2 for the breaking glass noise. You know the lock is. Well, I'll give you another chance. The lock is broken on that window. You could just lift it up.
That's less fun, but I'll go do that.
So you lift the window up, and you're like, "Oh, maybe the cat got out." And he kind of goes through it for a little bit. He's like, "Well, from here, I guess I'll have to figure out if she has any friends in town, or if she knows any other vampires nearby."
And would take you back to the D.M.A. then?
Yeah, I'll head back that way. You guys don't have to accompany me for that.
All right. Well, I'm sorry we couldn't be more help.
You know, you've already done your civic duty, and Uncle Sam appreciates that. And please, I hope you guys will join us over at the Founders Church Sunday morning for their clam bake and the sun salutation.
You know, I wouldn't miss it. Not for anything.
That's what I like about these Irish fellas. They're so religious.
Yeah.
All right then. I guess we see you Sunday.
We'll see you Sunday. And he goes whistling off a jaunty tune down the street.
I'm gonna dump my coffee in the bushes.
Seriously, you had to bring the cat up? He hadn't noticed.
Look, I wanted him to walk away with something. If
Yeah,
there's
but
nothing
evidence
here,
in
it
the
looks
trunk of my car.
it looks too clean. If there's nothing here.
Wait, Orpheus is in the trunk of the car? Minerva's gonna stomp over and get the cat out of the car.
It wasn't my idea.
This seems like a really complacent cat, so I'm still gonna take it.
You're not gonna take it. We find Serena. She's gonna want him here.
And we'll give the cat back.
The cat should not be traveling with us. We got accosted by vampires last night. Who knows? The car could get blown up.
Why is he getting mad with my car?
Because it's a big shiny object that people might shoot at. Okay.
Well, guess what? The champion coop will shoot back, so they
Here.
can try it.
How about this? We're going
Wait,
to the
what?
Minotaur's place anyway after this, so I'll meet you back there. And I'll be at that place, okay? Just give me a second.
You're not taking Orpheus.
I would like to just
So won't the
with the
Massey
cat
kid
now.
miss the cat when he comes to feed it and it's not here? Won't that be
Yes.
like kind of a big red herring that something's up?
Well,
Yes.
something's already up.
I mean, I would assume that not seeing the woman that owns the house for 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks,
Maybe
would
she
also be a
disappeared a
red
lot.
flag.
Well, maybe she disappears a lot. We don't know what this lady's habits are.
I'm
I'm gonna-
slowly backing away right now.
I'm gonna pull out her love letter thing, her confession about having feelings for him, and I mean, this seems to indicate that she saw him quite a bit, and I'll let the other people read it.
Where
Wait,
did you
saw who
find
quite a bit?
this?
The kid, Clay Massey.
Right, I mentioned him. He comes over to cut her hedges and whatnot as part of the whole integrating back into society thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
treat her bush, all that.
What?
Wow. PG-13.
That's why it's innuendo.
Hmm.
Well, while we're revealing stolen evidence, I found these.
I knew we'd make a criminal out of you yet, boyo.
Oh, you men you're unbelievable.
You're gonna be the
You
champ
don't,
of fight
did you
fit now.
want the DMA to get this?
No.
Well, then we did the right thing. Unlike what was done to the trunk of my car.
Oh.
Well,
necessary.
I've pulled Orpheus out of that trunk and I have him in my arms.
I'm
he's
looking
sort
at
of
the
just
whole.
ragdolling.
Yes, I know.
Can't believe he burned a hole in my trunk.
So what does this say, champion?
Well, this one here is like a note about where she can get live animals she'd like to feed. And there's a guy in Chinatown that could get her those. Maybe you shouldn't look at this other letter just yet. Maybe you should sit down.
What's the guy's name?
It's in the letter.
Oh, so take a look at the letter and kind of go, these are the other two missing monsters, you realize.
Well, no, I didn't.
Were you not paying attention when Mr. Powers gave his little sit down yesterday?
Of course I was. But then I had my throat ripped open by vampires and dead bats dropping on my head. And it was, let's just say it was not a good night for, I don't know, assembling clues.
Hey, at least the scar looks good. You're fine.
How long have you been wearing the costume?
Oh, it must be 2 weeks now.
Straight?
That would explain a few things. No, remember he was wearing the tux last night.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true. It is true.
Okay, so all three missing monsters are interconnected. The butcher gets blood for the vampires. The Yaoguai potentially gets live animals if the vampires need to feed that way.
Yeah. So are you like sitting down? Minerva?
Where am I supposed to sit down? You want me
I
to sit in the
don't-
car?
You can lean
Sure.
on the hood. It's
Hey,
it's good
hey,
for the
hey,
car.
hey! Don't lean on the hood. Already got enough touch-up work to be done with this thing. So there was another letter. This one was in the trash. Like the receipt was in a drawer, but this, well,
All right, just either give me the letter or tell me about the letter.
okay. I'll let you read it. I'll
right.
pass Minerva the letter.
All right. So
And
Minerva
then
takes.
sort of wince while she reads it. Like,
Minerva looks it over. You can see her eye, her left eye begins to twitch a little bit, and she tries her best not to crumple the paper and doesn't really do such a great job at not doing so on the sides where she's holding it. All right, so now that explains Eleanor last night, but was she after me instead?
I don't know, but it sounds pretty brutal.
Well, yes. This doesn't bode well. But what about the other two? What about the other two? The other two don't matter for the whole vampire solidarity take over the world plot.
What
Maybe
about
they
the
saw or
kid?
heard something they shouldn't have.
It's leverage.
I suppose.
Hey,
I
hey,
mean,
if you can't,
okay.
if you can't take a hostage, you can't do business. That's right, Liam. Right?
I mean,
Dude.
to some people that is business. Uh, Alex, does the activity they're talking about in the letter, like getting the vampires fresh blood and live animals, does that strike me as illegal, as per like the D.M.A, or is that just like a
The live animal smuggling, especially pets, would definitely be something that the D.M.A would have issues with, but they do urge vampires to feed on animal blood
okay?
as part of coexisting, or to find humans that they can form consensual relationships to feed upon.
So if she went after us last night and The kid is just human. I think we ought to go check on the kid.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do that anyway, since he's obviously been at the house recently to see what he might know.
Yeah, let's go check on Clay.
Do we have an address for him?
You guys do not have an address for him.
And go back in the house. Can we find an address book?
Yeah, that makes sense. You guys find an address book, and sure enough, it's very empty. There's only a couple of addresses in it. You do see she's got Florian's contact information. Looks like it's a phone number that she can call, but she doesn't know exactly where he stays.
Which makes sense.
There is Minerva's office at Club Tartarus. She has an address for that. And there is an address for Clay Massey. He stays in Little Moscow. Which he doesn't have a Russian surname, so that is a little odd in your estimation.
And that's also quite a distance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit across town. He'd have to take a car or a bus to get there.
Okay. Are there elevated trains, or I mean, is there or are there a lot of bridges? Like, is getting
There is an elevated train system that Jupiter Enterprises unveiled a couple years ago. That does a pretty good job of connecting the city, many districts, especially for working people. There aren't a lot of stops in Little Moscow, though. Little Moscow and Baywash sort of don't have as many train stations as the rest of the city.
Okay.
Liam, you don't know if the Russians have been hunting any monsters lately, do you?
Do I know if the Russians have been hunting any monsters lately?
You do, actually. You remember a couple weeks back, you guys were actually pulled into a Russians trying to get monsters to work for them situation that you guys foiled. Karawasi, Minerva, and Liam all foiled it together.
Anything since then, though? Like,
give me an investigation check.
Alrighty. Dice time.
Nice time.
Investigation. That is an 18.
Awesome. With an 18, you sort of pull your contacts. I'm going to say you go into the house and make a phone call to a couple of your leads. You do get a hold of Patrick and Craddock, the two Kelly gangsters who you were working with, Dumbnuts and Craddock. And they say, we have Ivan Solnich, one of Dimitri's lieutenants, has been hard at work for the last 4 weeks, ever since losing his boss's monsters. They say he's been shaking down businesses in Little Moscow. He's been mind blasting magic users in alleys, and people working for him say that he's landed a score large enough to get him out of hot water with Dimitri. Patrick and Craddock say they don't know exactly where he's holed up, but they do know of some of the businesses that he's been extorting. And if you wanted to find him, you should probably check those locations, is what they say.
That was a phone conversation?
Yes.
I'll come back out and yep, you were right, Minerva. Sounds like our friend old Ivan has been on the warpath for his boss, and has netted himself some choice prizes.
Oh. That's not good.
Liam, the 3 stores they give you are Krajewski's Family Store, Gleb's Fashion Shoe Shop, and Corny's Sandwich Shop. They're all located in Little Moscow.
Okay, thank you for typing that out.
You're welcome. I'm going to share it with the chat too for the folks at home.
For the boys.
All right, so a family store, a shoe store, and a sandwich shop. And that, do any of those have proximity to uh, either of the butcher?
No. The butcher shop is actually in Yorkbury, which is
Okay,
right in this area over here.
gotcha.
How about relation to Clay Massey's address?
Actually, Gleb's Fashion Shoe Shop is near Massey's address.
Nice.
We should start there. We can hit both locations relatively quickly. Then
Sounds like a plan.
Well, champ, show me what this thing does, and I'm just gonna hop in the passenger side.
Okay. So I guess Minerva's crowding in the back then with Liam.
yeah, looks like.
I didn't hear shotgun.
There's
I'd hope not.
I mean, there are only rifles in this car.
My lord. Okay, so rev up the coupe and off we go.
Man, we can get lunch at the sandwich shop too. That's nice.
Cool. So you guys head on down to Gleb's Fashion Shoe Shop in the Little Moscow district, which is it's very much a poorer part of town. You do sort of smell that sort of diesel fuel, sour milk, fish smell as you're coming through here.
I don't know
And
that
everybody,
I've ever smelled that smell.
Everybody sort of walking down the streets pays you very little attention. They're very to themselves, very bundled up, looking down and away from everybody passing by. And you guys come in front of Gleb's Fashion Shoe Shop, which is a one-story storefront. There is a big sign on top that has a couple of wooden cogs, and it looks like a very Art Deco, flashy Gleb's written right next to the shoes.
So, as I'm looking around, are Champion and I attracting any attention?
Give me an insight.
Both of us are just Liam.
Well, mine's a 22.
Check. Liam, you're sort of looking around. You suspect that there are a couple of people who are noticing.
I have a 6. I clearly don't care.
That's the point, is for them to notice, champion.
That's right. You should be noticing.
I'm gonna elbow him in the side and hey, boyo, you might want to change out of the flashy cape.
I don't have a cape. I left the rifle in the car. This is as unflashy as I get while we're on a mission. And you're still carrying a Tommy gun, aren't you?
Well, look,
Well, all right then.
Are you guys going into Gleb's?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys head in. You see it's a very... It thinks it's a high-end shoe store. There's a lot of individual racks that have some new-ish products on display. Minerva, everything looks like it's from last year or the year before. And you see that the man who works there, he's sort of this big, greasy Russian guy, big, hairy arms, just an ill-kept black beard. He says, "Hello, welcome to Gleb's famous fashion shoe shop. How can I help you today?"
Look at Liam and look at Champion. Well, you wanted to come in here first before going to see Clay, so roll with it.
I know you're the type. You're looking for pumps, right? And he kind of comes up to you, Minerva. He says, sit down, little lady. I can get you all sorts of wonderful things for your feetsies."
Well, actually, boyo, we're here for me. You seen your boy Ivan around recently?
Are you trying to be persuasive or intimidating?
Persuasive.
Please give
as
me a
of right now.
persuasion check.
Liam's nice. Sometimes. 13.
He says, I don't know where you get off walking into my shop and talking with that accent, but this is not a nice part of town for your kind of people. I understand.
Excuse my friend's thick Russian accent. I'm gonna pull out $20.
Oh, you're right. My mistake. I never hear the mother tongue the way I'm supposed to when I speak English all day. It's
Very
bad time.
regional, Liam speaks.
You must be Ukrainian, right?
Yeah. All yours, buddy.
So Liam, please roll another persuasion check, and I'm gonna give you a +5 for Karawasi's bribe.
All right, let's see.
Look, you might be Irish, but $20 is $20.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend a hero point to grease these wheels.
You do have your luck point if you want to spend that.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let me remind myself. That's also a reroll.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. And persuasion. 22.
That's a lot better. So 27 with the +5. That
Yes.
He says, "Yeah, I have seen. Look, Ivan has come and extorted protection money from me recently. He has me send the money by envelope to the Petrov fish packing plant. It's in southern Little Moscow. And he actually had me pay next month's in advance today.
He's already been in.
No, he had me send a runner with an envelope.
What was the name of the runner?
His name was Massey.
Mm.
Good kid.
Minerva just kind of puts her fingers between her eyes and pinches the bridge of her nose.
Why, you think he's in some kind of trouble?
You sent. Has he made it back? Have you heard from him since you sent him?
No, but that's not weird. He usually just does errands for me every now and then.
Oh. Okay. Petrov's fish packing plant. Liam, you know more about Ivan and his boys than I do.
I mean, I know that you're gonna want that rifle, boyo.
Okay.
Let's
I'm sold.
Let's check at Clay's house just to be sure he's not home, and then maybe go down there. If the Russians do have a couple of monsters that they've been harnessing, that can't be good for anyone.
I'm gonna slip the guy another 10 out of my pocket. And it was nice never speaking to you.
Oh, I barely remembered your name.
And I'll walk on out.
Liam, you owe me $20.
Pleasure doing business with you. Please come back soon to Gleb's Fashion Shoe Shop.
So we'll head over to Clay's house.
Yeah, and just to accelerate things a little bit, you guys do get to Clay's house, and he is not present. He lives in sort of a rundown apartment over. It's actually over Korevsky's family store. But it doesn't look like anybody's home.
Okay. So down to the fish shop. Well, fish packing plant.
So do I know, are the Russians in the habit of planting people in the way of the D.M.A, like having people inside their mechanisms?
From your estimation of Popov's people, you think that is a little that's a little sophisticated for them. They're much more brute force forcing things than they are sneaking and infiltrating
Gotcha.
into polite society. You wouldn't think that it would be impossible for one of them to like twist the arm of somebody at the D.M.A. to get information, but you don't think they would have an agent or a mole planted in that agency.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, so I don't feel like Clay is then like an operative for them.
You wouldn't think so, no.
Well, we best
Cool.
find this kid because I'm thinking he's getting himself in over his head.
I mean, he's working with, or what is working for Serena, so any number of people might have wanted his attention. But let's go. I'm hopeful Serena might be there, but I'm not going to pin my hat on it.
Awesome. So you guys arrive at the Petrov's fish packing plant a little bit before early evening. It's around 5 or 6 o'clock at this point.
Okay.
Just
not
with all the
not
running
park
around.
right next to it, maybe like a block down.
Mm-hmm. And you guys find that it's a hive of activity. From within the building, you can hear the roar of massive machines and many Russian voices. A few guards armed with submachine guns patrol the perimeter, stopping every now and then to smoke a cigarette and chat in Russian. It's a large factory, but pale yellow light pours out of skylights from above. The thick scent of diesel mixes with salt and old fish to assail your senses. And I've got a map.
The map.
Are we close enough that I can overhear them at all?
You could probably get close enough.
Okay.
You guys are kind of coming from the southeast angle down here.
So you'd like us to put our tokens on the board?
Yeah, anybody who can.
Like,
Oh,
there
it
we go.
worked. I can no longer move my token.
I cannot either.
I have regained it.
I got you guys.
Gotcha.
Right. So yeah, you guys are sort of coming up. Yeah, you see some Russian dudes hanging out with submachine guns, and they're all wearing the brown leather jackets with the red letter P sewed into the breast pocket that you associate with Popov's gang.
All right. I'd like to see if I'm close enough to overhear them and make out what it is they're actually talking about.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
I will do so. Perception check. The die rolls a 10. I have a 10 bonus, so I have a 20.
Awesome. These two guys over here, they're sort of chatting in Russian, and they're saying, "How quickly do you think Ivan can get the force mobilized? I don't like hanging out here any longer than we have to. Makes us a sitting target." Oh, just calm down. Ivan will get everybody moving before we know it.
I turn to Liam. Ivan's trying to mobilize forces for something.
Have I heard any chatter about what that might be?
Craddock and Patrick didn't have any information for you about that.
Gotcha.
Other than to say that Ivan claims he's found a score large enough to settle his debt with Dmitri.
Got it.
But the specifics of that, he was not. They were not exactly forthcoming about.
Got it. Well, whatever it is, it can't be good for really anybody.
So what do we do? How do we do this?
How many people about did we see?
From where you guys are, you can see about 4. But Liam, you suspect the other sides of the building probably also have a patrol? And it sounds like there's a lot of people in the factory.
You guys want to be quiet about this, or just?
It would be better to not make a scene if we could avoid it at all costs, but I'm not the
Oh.
quietest in these. She taps her heels on the pavement.
Well, we were just at a shoe store, so.
Does this building have like an open skylight or any?
There are a few
Electric.
skylights up on top.
Okay.
Can you do the magic zappy thing to get me up top?
I can get
Or
you
maybe
all
all
up
of
top.
us.
Um,
I'll turn
do
to
we want-
champion. Does the car fly?
No, it doesn't. I have something else for that.
Now, how long have we been here? Have we seen the patrol like circling the building?
It looks like each of them has a segment of wall that they are responsible for watching. And you have noticed that they have been sort of circulating. It looks like they're not moving urgently.
Can I float everybody up there like between turns?
Yeah.
I mean,
gonna need a
between
s-
their round.
I'm going to need a stealth check for you, but yes.
Okay. Or I could just yeet you like a football. All of you.
Yeet. Yeet.
Stealth is not my best, but apparently it is today. 17.
Hey,
All right. What do the Popov comrades think about that? So you begin dragging the group up to the top of the building. This guy down here says, "Hey, there's some people coming to there's a flying guy with lightning bolts." But you guys are able to get onto the roof.
shoot.
Assuming we'll move over to roof placement.
Yeah, you guys can move over to the roof.
We are no longer vertically challenged.
Yeah. And this guy begins blowing a whistle.
So much for the quiet.
Looking into the fish packing plant from the skylight, you can see a swarm of Popov gangsters gearing up for some kind of large-scale assault. Each of them is heavily armed with an assortment of weapons. You see some brandishing rifles, some have submachine guns, and it looks like a pair seem to be preparing a full-on machine gun for transport. They wear the traditional brown leather jackets associated with the gang, along with the red P's sewn into their left breast. A young woman in a brown trench coat surveys the scene with a legal pad. The two gangsters near her are moving a box loaded with bagged and batched white powder. On the second-story walkway that oversees the entire room, you see a contender for the largest man you've ever seen. He has thick brown hair sitting under a fur-lined cap, a thin beard hugging his face, and sunken blue eyes. He is also wearing a brown leather jacket, but the sleeves have been cut off, revealing his massive arms. Several winding tattoos snake their way up his forearms, which are literally the size of large watermelons. A capuchin monkey in a small leather jacket sits on his shoulder. Champion, you recognize this man as Ivan Solnich, but he was nowhere near this large when you faced him in the Olympics.
I'm grabbing Liam by the collar. Ivan is Ivan Solnich? That's the Ivan that you've been talking about all day?
I mean, yeah.
Son of a. I'll let him go.
Thought you meant like the royal Ivan, like it was a race thing.
Well,
There's lots of Ivans.
Is there?
you got a
It
score to
is the
settle
Russian
with.
equivalent of John.
Uh,
A score. Yeah, you could say that.
score.
Did he eat your Wheaties?
You know, I'm not going to dignify that with the answer. No.
Well, they've got a bunch of that white powder. We've got to stop them from getting that distributed throughout the city at the very least.
Yeah, that white powder isn't anything that people want. Is this just a loading bay for a truck?
It is, and there is a truck there.
Oh, that's crazy. And is this just another truck?
That is a large machine for canning fish.
Is there anything large and loose in here besides Ivan?
There are several crates. There are big pallets of canned fish. There's
How many crates? Oh, sorry.
There's an ever-evolving number of crates.
That is the perfect answer.
I think at this point I'm gonna have everybody roll for initiative.
I'll take that.
Feels right.
Feels right, man.
Yep.
Because there is a chance that you guys will get the drop on Popov or on Ivan.
Oh, that's right. I got it.
Not with a 2, that gives me a 6.
Ooh.
Alex, I rolled the 19, but I didn't click on the token. You want me to re-roll?
No, I can add it.
Okay.
I didn't click on, or I guess I did, because there it is.
Rolled a 14 for 20 total. Hey. Where's Ivan? Ivan's over here. Oh, there's even a little thing for the monkey.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
Oh, there's a monkey. That's nice. That's nice.
What could possibly go wrong?
That's Chekhov shit chimp right there.
Wasi, I need to add a turn for. You got a 19 total.
Yep.
All right. Initiative has been rolled. We're gonna cycle into descending order. Somebody who doesn't know that action has started happening yet. The monkey who doesn't know action has started happening yet. Liam. That guy who was blowing the whistle, he is running down the street over here.
I don't have any like quiet guns.
You have a knife. That's a quiet gun.
I believe in you. Watch this crit knife. Get him, Liam.
Well, he's got a buddy. I don't think I can kill 2 people with 1 knife.
That's why you crit on the die, Liam.
But I'm gonna go ahead and light up my cigar first thing, and second, I'm gonna nudge Champion. Boy, you got any more of those masks?
Well, yeah, I always carry a spare.
Can I borrow it?
Sure. Note to
Liam-
self, was mocked for costume, now loaning costume.
Liam puts on the mask and it does almost nothing to hide his identity, but
Stop. Break the fourth wall.
I'll loud whisper over to Silver Volt. Hey, do we know if that that powder is flammable?
It's like cocaine, so no. It's not cocaine, it's just cocaine-like.
Similar but legally distinct.
Please don't sue us, cocaine.
I'm gonna pull out my Tommy gun and I'm going to ready in action. And if any of the folks down below notice this, I'm just gonna immediately open fire on Ivan.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna actually come over to the other side of Champion here, so I can get however I can get a better line of sight on Ivan.
All right, Silver Volt.
I would like.
Brian, I dealt you a hero point for the please don't sue us cocaine.
Oh, thank you. I'm about to give it right back to you. I can see the truck, right?
Yes, you can see the truck.
Yeah, okay. I would like to pull, use move object to rip the axle off the truck so it's not going anywhere.
And you were worried about being quiet.
Cool. Yeah, you don't have to spend a hero point for that. That's just an application of your move object.
Oh, I can just do that.
Yeah, you can just do that.
Okay. Yeah.
I will need you to roll a move object check.
Against the truck. Where you at? Energy grapple. Let's. Yes. Yeah, we have it under energy grapple. Let's go. That doesn't seem good. Oh, that's mine. Wait, no.
That's initiative for some reason.
What the? Energy
He's starting
grapple.
another fight.
There we go.
Cool. That does hit. You didn't really have to roll to hit. Oh, yeah. What did you get to hit?
18.
Awesome. You yank that axle out from the bottom of the truck. It is not going to go anywhere.
Well, I got.
You have attracted the attention of everybody inside there, though.
Well, I'll just go ahead and toss that axle somewhere to the nearest person I can with that nice clean rip. That guy. I don't know why.
Cool. If you want to attack him with it, that's going to be an extra effort sort of thing, because that's another standard action.
Yeah, I'll do it like that. I'll do extra effort.
Cool. So you chuck that over there. Please give me another energy grapple check just to see if you hit him.
Can I manage it? 21.
Yeah, you hit him. Oh, but he doesn't go down.
Oh, apparently he saw that coming.
So, Silvervolt, you kind of lash out with your energy grapple. You yank the axle off the back of the truck and you chuck it over at those two Russian dudes who are just minding their own business at the bottom of the stairs. And the one dude dives out of the way. The other guy takes it full on in the chest, and he looks up. He's like, "I'm all right, guys. I'm all right." Do you want to move, Brian? Or are you happy hanging out there?
Is my gauntlet working? Like the first part worked, but that guy just took an axle to the chest. I'm gonna take a step back just so I'm not peeking the window anymore.
Perfect. You're right. We do have to display a no cats have been harmed during the filming of this production.
Did we put the cat back?
Yes.
I'll go get that later.
Russian gangsters, the ones who were blowing the whistle, are able to act this turn.
Right, now the chat is wanting bad things to happen to my car. This is terrible. I blame Brian.
Chat, if you say fender bender enough, we will blow it up.
Hey. We will do no such thing.
All right, champion, it is your turn.
Okay, so, I see red. Is there a way from where we're out on the roof to get down to that catwalk that Ivan is on?
You suspect with an acrobatics check, you could crash through the skylight and land on him like an angry Batman.
Well, hello.
Doesn't
there.
exist yet.
Doesn't exist yet. An angry proto Batman, an angry shadow.
They're actually filming Zorro right now.
Well, 14 doesn't seem very terribly acrobatic. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a hero point and do that again.
That's a good choice.
Because this seems like a bad thing to not do well.
Gotta stick that landing, champ.
Which actually becomes a 29 because that's a hero point reroll.
Awesome. Yeah, you're able to land right over here next to Ivan if you want to.
Yes.
Did my held attack go off?
Not yet.
Okay.
I was gonna have it go off on Ivan's turn.
Oh, look, champion landed his dismount.
That's right.
I'll give you a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, he is the Russian judge.
man. Hey there, gruesome. I will throw a punch with fast grab attached to it.
Awesome.
This is going to go poorly, I know, but that's okay. Because clearly I'm not, thinking this through.
Don't worry, we're supporting you from up here.
I'll bet you are.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Them lessons are paying off.
Oh, 14.
That does not hit his parry.
That's all right. I figured as much. All right. Well, clearly I didn't stick that landing as well as I thought.
Yes,
Well,
you sort of hit that landing. You throw a punch, and he grabs your hand with his hulking hand, and he looks down at you and he says, "Is that no way, niet? Is that Bruce Sparks?
You're not supposed to be able to tell with this mask on.
You think because I can see your cheekbones, they don't know who you are?
Curses. Need a bigger mask.
Who is this? Roose Sparks? Is this a crossover episode?
Look at you! You, wow, that is quite the get-up. You didn't take losing the Olympics very well, did you?"
Look who's talking, you gorilla wannabe, King Kong stunt double.
Oh, Sasha and I are going to have a good time beating you up.
I disagree.
Ivan goes to attack, but then Liam gets to light him up with his Tommy gun.
Yeah.
Hey. Two familiar faces in one day. How great for him.
Bracka, 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 bracka.
This is like going to a grocery store and attend your high school reunion.
Ooh, that is a natural 1 for a total of 13. I think I'm gonna use my hero point there and start this off right. So that's a reroll. Find the button. And that is a 9 on the die, if I'm reading that right.
Yep.
So that's 19 plus 12, 31.
Oof, 31. That
That's a great number with multi attack.
that's a big old hit
It
with
is.
multi-attack. That actually gives you +5 DC.
So DC is 24.
Light him up, Liam. Light him up.
Hey!
He takes a bruise. What happens, Liam?
I see him grab Champion by the arm, and I just hear all that talk about the mask, and I just kind of slide it off my face, and
Come
then
on.
just plant my feet and just surprise.
Phil Pontius says that BB gun should work better on Russians and needs redemption from last episode.
It does. It does.
Oh, good. I brought the lethal Tommy gun this time.
I packed it with forks earlier.
I need to watch Mystery Men again later. All right, so Ivan gets shot up. He looks up at the skylight and he says, "Oh, look. Champion has sidekick."
Hey there, boyo.
All right, gentlemen. We have a rat problem we have to deal with. I've got the khaki dude. Everybody else get them. And he's going to wallop on you, champion, with an unarmed attack. With a 26 to hit your parry.
Yeah.
Please give me a toughness save. You're looking for a 21.
I will do my best. Here it comes. A classic. Oh Lord, I'm using that last hero point.
Dodge.
Oh God.
Dodge harder.
No.
Well, it's a 21 at least.
All right, so you're good. With a 21, you're able to just get out of the way with your hero point. How do you avoid getting pummeled?
He brings his other arm up and just he's gonna clobber champion, but he manages to sort of flip over and twist, so he kind of blocks his arm with the arm that has a hold of him, and so stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy crushing you. We're gonna have Rocky before Rocky. We're gonna have Rocky before the Cold War.
Oh no.
All right. Minerva, you're up.
All right. So seeing how Champion has jumped into the fray and Tommy gun has gone off, Minerva's going to look over to Silver Volt. You're going to take care of the powder and get it out of there so they can't do anything with it?
Oh yeah, I can take the drugs.
We're the
All right.
heroes, guys.
Oh yeah, I can take their drugs.
This is basically extra credit for my homework last week.
So with that, Minerva's just going to kind of jump down the skylight and try to land on one of the mobsters. Probably the one right there.
Cool.
So what would you like for that? Would you like an unarmed attack?
Yeah, just give me an unarmed attack.
All right. You get an unarmed attack. That is a 13 on the die, which becomes a 23 with my bonus. So
Yeah, that'll hit my little dude.
I'll hit your little dude.
I have family.
He goes down.
All right. So Minerva kind of lands on the back of this mobster, kind of planting her feet into the back of him, just knocking him straight down to the concrete floor of this fish packing plant. She looks at the two mobsters next to her. You boys have any monsters in the house?
They cuss you out in Russian.
Ooh, you talk to your mother with that mouth? I'd imagine she would have washed it with soap, but I can't tell you guys you haven't touched soap in years.
They look at each other in dismay when they realize you speak Russian. You're right, we shouldn't talk to a nice lady like that. What would our mothers think? Mamushka would be very unhappy. Is that the end of your turn, Minerva?
Yes, I believe it is for this turn.
Awesome. So the lady who had the two guys with the drugs, she pulls out a pistol and she says, "All right, comrades, you know the drill. Not one step back." And she shoots this guy in the head.
Huh.
Granting all of her allies an inspiration. So everybody take a hero point.
Thank goodness. I seem to have been all out.
That does not feel like it's for our benefit. It feels like it's for our survival.
And she's going to take cover back here. The monkey! Sasha is going to jump on a champion's face.
Oh,
Oh.
it's called shot.
That's dirty. That's 2v1.
Oh.
And champion, I'm going to need an insight check. Or a will save or a deception, whichever one's higher.
No.
Monkey rabies.
Let's go with the will. Ha-ha!
You are not made vulnerable by the monkey's attempt to faint.
That's right. I see your dirty monkey tricks.
So
Almost
dirty
like the
monkey
wolf tricks. Almost like the wolf tricks from last week.
Yeah.
Animals are handy to have around.
Apparently.
Yeah, so Sasha comes screaming, monkey scraping at your face. You're able to get out of the way, and he lands on the rail behind you. And he turns around and he hisses at you with his big monkey teeth. All right, Silvervolt, you're up.
And you said it was an early evening, right?
Yes, it is early evening.
Okay. I would like to peer back over the skylight and see if I see the electrical box for the plant.
Give me a technology check.
Do I see it? 27 technology.
You do see the circuit breaker for the plant.
Okay. I want to
It's back.
overload it.
I thought you might say that. It's back over there in that corner. So give me a subsequent technology check to try and overload it. And I'll say you can do it at range because you have your electrical control powers.
Unlimited power. 25 power.
Yeah, you overload the circuit breaker and you make it dark inside the fish packing plant.
And then I'm going to hop down. I'll sneak it like.
Everybody starts freaking out because it's dark now.
I think My initiative got messed up.
Yeah, I moved you down to 9 because you readied your action.
Got it.
When you ready in action, you go before the bad guy goes, but you move to right exactly at that point.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the Popov comrades, inspired by the antics of their boss, of their commissar, these two are going to attack Minerva. You have impervious toughness 5.
I do.
Their pistols are damage rank 3. Okay. And they get a +3 to whatever they roll. So a 19 and a 29 to hit your dodge.
Both of those will hit my dodge.
Well, I need toughness saves from you.
You do. First one is a 17 for a 27. The second one is a 10 for a 20.
You're absolutely fine. So they open fire on you. You're able to easily avoid their shots. Karawasi, these two guys behind you, one of them is going to try and shoot you with a sawed-off shotgun, since you're such an advocate for that weapon.
I bet it's gonna work.
He gets a +3 to whatever he rolls. 20 to hit your dodge.
Oh, where'd my dodge go? Sorry, I lost my character sheet here for a second.
Well, you better go catch it.
I can't see, it's dark. I'm sorry, Alex, I'm not seeing it on my sheet anymore. My dodge.
Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, it's just underneath your abilities on the stats and skills page.
It's a 16 that hits, yeah.
Cool. So give me a toughness save. You're looking for a 21.
I'm getting a 21. I'm getting a 27.
Oh, you're fine. So the gun blasts up, but the electrical field that sort of just generally surrounds you keeps you safe. These two guys, they crawl out from behind the axle, and they run up to the top of the stairs, and you see that they load a heavy machine gun there on that stair railing, but that's their turn. These guys run out. These guys run out. These two guys down here are going to open fire at Liam.
Alrighty.
An 11's not. Oh wait, you actually have impervious toughness 10, so you're fine.
8, I believe.
8. Well, you're still fine with 8 because it's damage rank 3. So they open fire up there with the submachine guns, and the smoke that sort of encapsulates you easily pushes the bullets aside. And the rest of the squads are forming up into groups.
Oh boyos, your boss couldn't handle me.
Awesome. Champion's turn.
All right. How dark is it up here on the catwalk?
It's still early evening, and there are skylights letting the sun come down.
Okay.
It's not going to give you a penalty to attack the guy that's right beside you, but you suspect if you were attacking somebody farther away, you'd have some difficulty.
Okay. Well, then for my first go round, I will attempt to move in and strike old Ivan with fast grab as a side bonus. And a 14 again.
It's not going to hit.
I'm going to re-roll that with a hero point. So that becomes a 28 because that was a 10.
Much better. He's got 1 bruise. We're looking for a DC 19. He got a 20 on his toughness save, but you still get the free attempt to grab him.
Yes. And so he should just roll the resist check then.
Right. Which he's going to try and resist with strength. Versus a 16. Wow, he's entered invulnerable.
Wow.
Got him.
Excellent.
With an 11.
Yes.
Yeah, with an 11. So what does it look like as you wrap him up?
So Champion sort of drops into a crouch, moves in, and he throws an elbow hard, trying to like disorient him, but Ivan kind of rolls with that hit, but that leaves him sort of vulnerable, and so he locks up in a tie with him, and so he is grabbed. How far away is that monkey?
He's within melee range of you.
Excellent. I'm gonna extra effort and try and kick the monkey off of the sidewalk or off the catwalk. Just
Do
as a
it.
little screw you to Ivan. I'm gonna try and kick the monkey. Oh, what is it with 14s? Man.
It's a random number generator.
Yeah, obviously.
RN14.
So you grab a hold of Ivan and you go to kick Sasha, but Sasha jumps up over your foot and he just kind of pounds his little chest and looks at you all angry. He's going up your pant leg.
Oh no.
It's a good thing you got your khakis tucked into your boots.
That's right. God only knows. Can't have that monkey running loose up there.
Liam, you're up.
Well, can I get a clear shot on Ivan with Champion wrestling him?
He should be
Harass.
vulnerable. Well, I shouldn't assume that, but
Yeah, he is vulnerable, so he's actually easier to hit for you.
Got it. Well, honestly, I think, yeah, he'll seeing the opportunity to get rid of one of his worst rivals, he'll try. That is a oh man,
Ooh,
that is a
Spicy.
30.
30 to hit. Yeah, that'll do.
that's how you exploit that vulnerability.
Yep.
So you still got one
yes.
Bruce. And hindered and vulnerable, for those of you who don't know, means he moves at half speed and he has half as much dodge and parry. So Liam still gets that +5 modifier for multi-attacking a single target.
So that's a 24.
Oh, and I got 14, which is 10 lower, so I get a bruise and a daze on Ivan.
Alrighty.
Excellent.
What happens, Liam?
I'll yell down, "Good setup, boyo," and just Liam has pretty much just stood in the same spot, just consistently firing this time again.
It's working. It's working real well.
Andrew, I'd like to point out that I don't have my guy shooting the crap out of you. Seems a little unsporting.
I'm a little busy right now, and he doesn't take orders from me.
I'm the one here for, if any of us is here for collective action, it's me and my communist, not you and your capitalist friend.
Screw you, Ivan!
I'll kill you next.
Not if you're dead first.
All right, Ivan's turn. He is going to try, and he's not going to try to break out. He's going to try and do some damage to Liam, or Champion, while he's right there. Since he's already vulnerable, he will go ahead and do the all-out attack, power attack for 5 points. Boom. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
And yeah, toughness save DC 26.
Don't say it out loud, please. Okay. Fingers crossed. It could be worse.
What is it?
It's a bruise.
What's the roll?
20. I'm sorry, 23. I keep forgetting. They can't see the screen.
Yeah, so with a 23, that is a bruise. So Ivan, he sort of starts, wiggling with you. He starts working your body with his big, massive forearms. Kidney shot, kidney shot, kidney shot, kidney shot.
And you were screaming about fighting dirty? I see how it is. Oh.
Just you wait till my monkey gets involved. Minerva, you're up.
Am I allowed to buy takedown too with hero points? Or just takedown?
Usually it's 1 rank of an advantage, but if you spend 2, I'll say you can get 2 ranks of takedown.
I'll spend the 1, and I'll for takedown, and I will attack the mobster to the north of me.
Awesome.
We have a roll of 12 with a total result of 22.
Monster goes down with an 18.
And I will turn to his friend to the south and punch him as well.
Get him.
That is a roll of 7 for a 17.
That will also hit. Ooh, and I got an 8 on that one, so you take him down too.
All right. So Minerva kind of falls back on some of the training that she got from Melora and kind of does this flowing maneuver where she's able to dodge the guns of the one to the north while punching him probably right around the solar plex, and she spins and cracks the one to the south of her with her foot across his face.
Oof. It's good to be Minerva.
It's good to be the queen.
Are you going to take a move action, or are you okay?
I am going to take a move action and move to there. Maybe that'll make their friends a little less likely to fire into themselves.
Yeah, if anybody knows anything about collective sacrifice.
It's a group effort.
All right, that brings us back around to the commissar, who is going to poke her head out from behind cover, and she yells something very scary at you, Karawasi, in Russian.
What does she yell? What does she yell?
Something very scary.
Ooh, ghosts.
Karawasi, I think she said your mother smelled like elderberries.
Karawasi, I need a will save or an intimidation check or an insight check, whichever is higher for you. I got a 15, so you just got to get better than a 15.
You said will is an option?
Yep.
I am willing. There we go. 29.
Oh, you're absolutely fine. She was trying to daze you with intimidation, but you were not flummoxed.
I'm not scared. I jumped into the dark. What do you think I...
And she's going to move back over here. The monkey!
You
The
merely
monkey.
adopted the dark. I was born into it.
Sasha is going to try and feint. Champion again. Please give me an insight, will, or a deception check.
Okay.
First it was the wolves, then it was the monkeys.
I'm afraid I've seen some monkey tricks in my time, and I'm not falling for it.
You have seen some monkey business in your time. So Sasha lands on the other side of Ivan, and he lets out a whistle, and Sasha is going to make his way down this way.
Downtown.
All right, Silverbolt.
Okay. I think Minerva's doing a great job. So I'm going to go over here to the guys with the heavy machine gun.
Uh-oh.
I forgot about
Oh,
this
but
guy.
man, we just got it set up.
Thanks.
Yoink.
Yeah. Is it just? Do they just have one?
Yeah. So one of them is loading, one of them's firing. It's a 2-person machine gun.
Okay.
Like
I would like to throw that out the window.
Rude. Someone in the streets can be like, "Hey, free machine gun."
Yeah. I'm gonna aim for over here, so a nice hobo can pick it up.
I will make you roll an opposed move object check by the operator's strength. It's probably not going to do anything, but they might get to keep their gun. We'll see.
I'm excited. Ooh, it's not a lot. Oh, that's even better. 16 to 5.
So yeah, I rolled a 5. He got a 16. So yeah, you yank the heavy machine gun and you chuck it out the fish packing plant window. It lands with a clattering bang over here in the sidewalk street area. And these two guys look like you just took their ball and went home with it.
Got him.
Awesome. Are you content with that being the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. Those two guys will draw pistols and they're going to take a shot at you.
Ooh.
with a 17 to hit your dodge and a 9 to hit your dodge.
Yes and yes.
I don't think the 9 hits. I think you have a 6 dodge.
I have a 16. My bad.
Yep.
So 17 hits.
Cool. So 1 toughness check, please.
Drum roll, please. Take a bruise.
Awesome. Yeah, with the 15, you will take 1 bruise as they open fire, and your energy field is not quite able to keep all the damage at bay.
No.
The 4 guys over here beside Minerva are going to open fire as a unit. So 1 big shot on Minerva.
Braka.
With a 16 to hit your dodge.
Yes.
That'll be a 21 toughness save.
Toughness save rolls an 18 for a 28 total.
That's not bad at all. The next group is going to this group right here, they're going to open fire on Liam up there.
Alrighty.
Oh, but their submachine guns aren't powerful enough to get through your impervious toughness.
No, they are not.
Then this last group is going to open fire on Silvervolt.
No, not again.
With a 19 to hit your dodge, so we're looking for an 18 toughness save.
Go, baby, go, baby, go. No.
So 1 more bruise.
You like those 15s.
It's a good number. It's like 5 3 times.
Or 14 plus 1.
These guys come flooding in. They're going to form a unit up here. These guys are going to form a unit down here. All right, awesome. Champion, you're up.
Okay, so I have 2 questions. Chokehold does not specify if it requires an action to do. Is it something that can just be done to someone that's successfully grabbed, or does it require a standard action or move action to do so?
I believe it does require a standard action to do so.
All right.
But I don't think you need to roll to hit. I think it just starts.
Right.
If you successfully grab and restrain an opponent, you can apply a chokehold.
Okay.
Yeah, so as
Then
long
my
as they're
second
restrained.
question is, I can let go when he reaches the incapacitate stage. My intention is not to kill him.
Yeah,
So I can let that go before he gets to dying. Is that
yeah, you can
Right.
definitely do that.
okay? So then I will apply the chokehold.
Cool. So you begin strangling him.
Yes. So to shift the hold over onto his neck, so he's having difficulty breathing.
And characters can hold their breath for 10 rounds plus a number of rounds equal to twice their stamina.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to interpret if I was interpreting that like because he wasn't holding his breath. Does the fortitude save start right away, or is it
I'm going to say yes, because otherwise that would be
useless?
completely unuseful in combat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say part of the getting the chokehold is you actually like knock the air out of him, or you like knock the wind out of him a little bit.
Okay.
From the tightening of your grip. So Ivan begins to choke. Are you going to move with him, or are you happy hanging out there?
We're kind of isolated from the shenanigans elsewhere in the warehouse, so I think we're probably safe up here to duke it out.
Cool. Liam, you're up.
All right. Seeing that he's got him in a chokehold, I don't feel like I need to put any more bullets to that particular problem. So I'm going to put bullets down to the folks down below. So I think is there 4 of them underneath me? Yeah.
Yes.
So I will go ahead and do my multi-attack against all 4 of them. So that gives me a -4, right?
Actually, they're working as one unit, so you can attack them as a single target.
Got it. Okay. Well, then I will. I'm still on the roof. How far is it to the floor? How long can
It is about a 20-foot drop to the floor.
I? Ooh. I was gonna make a classic slaying maneuver, but
Hey, we've switched pictures.
uh-oh.
I-O.
I'll go. I'll just do it. I'm gonna try to jump down and try to execute on that, and not break my knees.
Ooh.
Any chance? Actually, any chance? Can I use a hero point to use the smoke to cushion the impact for me?
You sure can. You can use the hero point to power stunt safe fall, so you're able to land safely.
So I land on my cloud of smoke and just hold
That's
up my
pretty
Tommy
cool.
gun and just start spinning in a circle, and I'm gonna hit all three groups I can see. So this one, and this one, which puts me at a -2.
-3, because it's
-3.
three targets.
Got it. So let's actually, and I'll make that an all-out attack if I can.
You sure can.
All right. So that gives me a bonus. Boom. For 5. Sorry. Oh man. So okay. So -3 that takes me down to 25 plus the all-out attack. Which, let me see. That's 2 ranks is what I can take if I don't have.
Yeah, if you don't have the
Oh, sorry.
maneuver
No,
itself.
I do have the maneuver. So yeah, sorry. I do have the maneuver. I intended to take all 5. Sorry.
Awesome. So you have a 30 to hit, which will give you a +5 for the multi-attack.
So that's a DC 24.
DC 24 for 3 groups of minions. Here we go. First toughness, 20. That's not going to make it. 16. That's not going to make it. 23. That's not going to make it. You take down all 3 groups. What happens, Liam?
And just this pirouette of grace, he descends on a cloud and just spinning just in a hail of bullets as just they all fall. Like it's almost like you can hear the opera in the background.
It's not
What-
Oh Danny Boy.
What is it? I was gonna say, what does an Irish opera sound like?
Man, that's brutal. Okay. Dang. Good turn, Liam. Ivan. Ivan's going to try and break out of the chokehold at this point. It will take him an action to do so. And he has a -5 because of
Yes,
your
I have improved holds. He has a -5.
So that takes him down to 16. I don't think that's enough to get him out. Maybe it's a. So you need a 14? What's your
Yes.
strength?
Yeah, my strength is a 4.
Okay, so with a 16, he is able to get out of the hindered and vulnerable of your grapple, but that is all he can do this turn.
Okay.
Well, he can move too, but he doesn't want to move. He's happy hanging.
Is he dazed, or was that last round?
That was last round.
Yeah, right. You're right. Sorry.
But he is out of the grapple.
Okay.
But he is not pressing his attack or moving. Minerva.
All right. So Liam just cleared a bunch of mobsters from around me. I'm gonna work my way towards the woman who's been shooting her own comrades, and I will have to double move to get there. I will go ahead and spend a hero point to get another standard action. Does she have anything? Does she have a weapon out?
She does have a pistol out.
I would like to attempt a disarm maneuver. I have improved disarm, so I have no penalty for this action. Is that that's just going to be an unarmed? For
Yeah, it's going to be an unarmed to hit.
Right. So the unarmed to hit is a 17, which makes it a 27.
That will hit. And because you have improved disarm, you're going to make an opposed check of your attack's damage against the defender's strength. So basically your strength ranks.
Okay, so you need me to roll a strength check, basically.
Yep, versus her strength check.
All right, I rolled a 10 for a 16.
I rolled a 7, so you knock the gun out of her hand.
Is there one where if I beat it by so many degrees, I actually get it?
I think so.
I don't know if it's. I think that might be 3 or more, though.
If you made the disarm unarmed, you can grab the dropped object as a free action.
Oh, perfect. Then I will grab the weapon as a free action and point it back in her face.
Oh,
That's not very nice.
Well, I mean, you know.
Oh, how the tables turn.
Yep.
how the turns table.
Her turn. She will spit on you. And she pulls out a set of brass knuckles, and she's going to try and punch you.
She brave.
It's the damage rank on a pair of brass knuckles.
Her damage rank is 3.
Okay,
It's her strength rank +1.
gotcha.
Whack! She got a 20 to hit your parry.
She will hit my parry.
Give me a
mad.
toughness save, please.
Toughness saves 19 on the die for a 29.
So you don't take any damage. She does do some body work with your, into your clay. And she says in Russian, "If you think killing me will do anything to stop the glorious revolution coming to this city, you are sadly mistaken."
If you think that I'm using this gun as a way to kill you, you're sadly mistaken.
Uh-oh. I'm about to get pistol whipped. The monkey is going to leap down here, and it's going to try and disarm Liam.
No, wait, I need that.
Oh,
Oh,
and you get to keep it.
you get to keep it.
With a 9.
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1. So the monkey leaps down and jumps to grab the gun away from Liam, and Liam's like, "Oh, is that a monkey?" And pulls the gun out of the way.
You know, Liam, we didn't get to steal the cat, but we can take the monkey.
No. You need to be bigger to use this.
You must be this tall to use the Tommy gun.
All right, so Revolt, you're up.
I will go ahead and come up here with Champion on the skylight. I'm on the catwalk, and just start blasting. Oh, there we go. Those are inside people.
Good move. I'm just gonna start throwing lightning bolts around.
I'm just gonna huck one up. One lightning spear coming up, and here it comes. It's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit. Oh, I rolled a natural 1 on my toughness save. So because you have arcane lightning, I'm going to say you take out those 2 groups with my natural 1.
I skewer them all to the wall, and then they just disintegrate.
Ouch.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Welcome to a Golden Age comic. We killed the Joker.
Gotta line them up.
All right, the Russians are having a rough time. They're going to try and start beating bricks out of here.
Is that fear in the air?
It's something in the air. All right, Champion, you're up.
All right. Well, Ivan, looks like it's 1917 all over again. Your people just don't have the guts for a fight. And I'm going to all attack and power attack with attempt for a fast grab. And hopefully take this guy down. Ho ho, no 14 this time.
What'd you get?
23. So that's a nice solid hit. He needs a toughness of 19 and then attempt to resist the grab.
Toughness of 19. He's got 2 bruises. Oof, that's another bruise in a daze. With a 12. And then he has to roll a strength check to resist being grabbed.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to adjust the things. Well, yeah, because I had power attacked and all out attack, so that's
That's
actually
right.
24. So he avoids the grab, but it looks like he's
Ooh, with a 24 versus 12, that is going to be a bruise and a stagger. He's not grabbed, but you could always do extra effort and try to take him down.
You know what? I have already extra efforted, but I will do it again to exhaust in an attempt to take him down.
Ruin my shot at Olympic glory, will you?
Oh my! And it must be the Ghost of the Olympics. Yeah. So
Ghost of Olympics past.
That
Ooh,
26.
Did you still do the all-out attack and the power attack?
yes. So it'd be
I
a
figured.
24 again.
24 minus 17 is 7, so that's another bruise and a daze.
Okay. And then he would attempt to resist the grab.
Yep, and he's looking woozy.
Ooh, but he will not be taken down. So I'm throwing elbows and knees and just trying to bring this big lummox down, but he's rolling with the hits, even though he's getting beat up.
Oof. And sorry guys, we're gonna run just a little bit over. I assume finishing up this fight.
A little.
Do some overtime for murder.
Liam, you're up.
All right. Seeing those guys try to escape, I don't want to leave survivors. Because I think that's gonna start a gang war. So, and I'm part of one of those gangs. So, I'm sorry. My brain is still D&D. Where is my speed?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, so I can get to this door, which hopefully is open.
It is open. The Russian guys opened it when they ran out.
All right, and yeah, I'll try to catch these guys before they can get away.
We'll light him up.
I'm gonna have so much fun writing the news article for this this episode.
No witnesses. That is a 16.
16 is enough to hit.
So DC 19, tough to save.
Heavy machine gun Frito, good home.
We need to get Godless Lawyer our voice channel so he can be giving the commentary.
So I rolled an 18, and since they're minions, they suffer the worst effect. So you do take those guys out, Liam.
Hey. Can't let the boss find out about this one. Can I extra effort to get around the other corner of the building?
I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Or at least to the corner?
Yeah, I'll let you get all the way to the corner. That's cool.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm off the map. Cool.
Ivan, in his rage, he's going to tap champion twice. Like he's the mat, he's giving up. And he will say, Nashka, there's no reason to die for this. We surrender. And the lady with the brass knuckles, she kind of screams in anger at this decision on Ivan's part, and she will throw the brass knuckles on the floor and look at Minerva like she's complying with what the boss says, but she's not happy about it. Sarcastic. Ivan says, "What do you want to do, Mr. Sparks?"
Well, you surrendered, so we got questions for you.
Of course you do.
And I'll kind of like Jamie is kind of leaning on the rail. Of course, being exhausted, this was a knockdown, drag out fight for him too. But he's a little bit pumped up with that. Ivan surrendered. Kind of thing. So he's
says,
kind of like looking around.
He says, "I'm happy to answer any questions that you have." And I'm going to assume Liam goes out and mops up those other guys if Silverbolt doesn't.
Yeah,
Great
if
minds.
they don't surrender, he's definitely going to do that.
Cool. Yeah, it looks like they're breaking to try and run away.
Yeah.
If you shoot at one group, though, the other group they'll be like, "Oh, he's killing us. Okay, we surrender."
Okay,
Yeah.
Liam, you get one group. I'll get the other. Because it ain't. I'm not a secret agent anymore. If everybody knows. So.
But yeah, I definitely would go to stop them.
Cool. I won't make you guys roll for that. I'll just say that you guys are able to gun those poor defenseless Russians down.
They had guns.
And any of the Russians remaining will go ahead and surrender to Champion and Minerva. Sasha the monkey will come back up and climb back on Ivan's shoulder.
I give it sort of the evil eye. Watching you, monkey.
He looks at you like he is going to exact some kind of revenge on you at some point.
I can already imagine the next episode name. No, I'm just kidding.
Monkey Business, episode 3.
Yep.
And I think that's where we'll go ahead and we'll call things for the evening.
That's a good
You guys triumph over the Russians in the Petros fish packing plant. They were gearing up for some kind of major offensive. You're not sure what their target was, where they were heading, but those are all questions that we will go ahead and answer in next week's episode. Thank you again, everybody who has hung out with us tonight and has gone through us asking, wait, are we the heroes or are we something else, something worse? Who knows?
We're here to save 3 people. That's all it says on my mission card. These aren't those 3 people. None of the dead ones have been.
It's 1920s. Things are a little different than the Justice League or the Avengers comics we're used to. So yeah, thank you guys so much again for tuning in to this week's episode of the Titan City Chronicles. Fun fact for everybody who here stuck out with us to the end of the episode, we're going to be releasing the first episode of Storyforge tomorrow on YouTube, and that's going to be Andy's new show. If Andy wants to say anything about that.
So what Storyforge is going to be is it's going to be taking systems that people aren't maybe too familiar with, maybe such like Mutants and Masterminds or Fantasy Age or things of that nature, and building characters in them, talking characters, talking backgrounds, character creation, that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, we're starting tomorrow with actually how I took a look at building Minerva. So you'll actually get a peek behind the scenes as to one of the characters from Titan City Chronicles.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited to see how people react to Storyforge, and I hope everybody will come back and join us next week. Godless Lawyer wants you to build a GURPS character because he hates you.
Yes.
Well-part series.
Yes, thank you, Godless Lawyer. The one thing with Storyforge, it is going to be YouTube exclusive. So
awesome. So yeah, thank you guys everybody for hanging out. We will see you next week, same bat time, same bat channel, as we continue searching for the lost and the forgotten.